Oh man.
I think so.
Hey, you think your knees?
Take your break. Take your break.
No, we already took it. We just have to pause the video so it's not huge.
Hey, you think your knees ever gonna look like Kenny Smith knees? Cause
Never in life.
Cause I'm trying to figure out like, cause Candace Parker needs to start to do that.
Those
Like,
people that had hops.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that what it is?
Griffin.
You try to bang on me one time. Pause. I don't want to hear people that have hops. You can jump sometimes.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but you can jump sometimes. You didn't get it off.
In hoop culture, we have the conservative jumpers, where they only like,
I call
do that
myself a great below the rim top tenor. I give myself that these days.
Great below the rim top center.
When I got to.
Yeah, nah, he can jump when he wants to.
Yeah.
It's selective jumping.
Funny this shit, brother.
Yeah.
And it's
Life.
got art on the side too.
My goodness.
I like it.
That was just funny hearing you say about like the way obviously he's been dressing how he dresses now since the 80s, which is crazy. But it's like there's certain people I have like fond memories of why I wanted certain sneakers in different parts. So like obviously growing up playing basketball, it was Jordan. Bosemans being Bosemans at the time, there was a rack that sat right in the middle of the store, a sample rack. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if y'all say you from VA? Wale? Like
We're recording this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wale fan too? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I know you've heard plenty of his freestyles when he talk about sample sizes and things like that. Oh, yeah. So I just had a Bigfoot at 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, but sample sizes was 8.5 to 9.5.
9.5. Yeah.
Right? So at the time, moms couldn't afford whatever. It was go in there, find what you can on that sample rack, because at the time it was like those shoes were the cheapest shoes in the store. Mm-hmm. But at that time as well, that's when I was around friends and some people like this guy, Rich, that they would go get those shoes and just make them look so nice. But I had to get them, I had to play basketball in them, I had to wear them to school, I had to make sure they was clean, because that's all I was getting for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, even when you go, you got the dope boys on the corner by where I live, on my way to school. They got whatever the newest shoe was that day, because they would go get the shoe while I'm in school, and they standing out there hustling, and then you like, man, I need those. Right. No, mom can't afford them, right? So the best thing I could do to keep myself fresh or ahead of the game or whatever, I would do the sample rack.
Sample rack king.
Yeah, so it was like my love for sneakers came because of like, I won't call it competition, but you always wanted to make sure you looked a certain way. And I did not know that I was ahead of my game with getting sample shoes. So once I started traveling for basketball, people would see me like, wait, where'd you get those? And I was like, man, it was like $30 on the sample rack, right? But it was people that lived in bigger markets, New York, Virginias, and things like that, that knew that those shoes were coming out in probably the next season. Right. Here I am, this little 10, 11, 12-year-old kid running up and down the court in them, or just walking around.
Crazy.
There's like
legit one-of-one stuff that may not have ever actually came out.
That too.
That's what I was going to say. It's crazy how much of an inverse it is from now. Like, if there was to be a sample rack in here, it would be empty, because that's the first thing people would pull, and they surely wouldn't be $30.
You won't even see a sample rack because they drill holes through the bottom of samples now. So.
Yeah.
But I mean, even after that, right? To like continue just like my sneaker loving lineage is like, there was a time here in Wilmington, North Carolina, where the sneakerheads of the city, you would see them at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. What was his other? It's Gabe's now. What was he called before? Rugged Warehouse.
Yeah.
You're seeing guys walk in there and actually shop, because you're buying. I got a pair of Jeter ones. Mm-hmm. I was like, $49.99. I grabbed 2 pair. You know what I mean? So it's like now, there's like Twitter pages, Instagram pages, what they call bargain hunters or whatever. Yeah. You go into a TJ Maxx or something now, you probably will see a size 20 is the only thing you see in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, when you guys were talking about just the way Jordan 1s were once sitting at a point in time, it's like now it's become the, let me get what's popular, not let me get what I like, but my style. I'm a person that's like, I want a shoe that fits my style.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Everybody loves Jordan 11s. I only have one pair, cool grays. All the other ones, hated them, right? Sounds wild, right? But it's like, for me, I never liked Jordan 11s. Then, my favorite Jordan is like a Jordan 16, right?
Makes sense.
That was also because that was when I was able to buy my own shoe at that time when it came out. So everything before that, it was like 3s, 4s, because I was a kid. They were probably kid sizes or whatever. I had a few pair. Then it becomes where it's like very scarce of being able to get whatever I wanted, unless it was like my uncle or somebody able to buy them or do whatever they can. And then there was a point in time I wore the same size as my cousin. He was getting money however he was getting his money, and that's how I was able to start collecting shoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that's what I was just laughing, thinking about. There was a point in time I remember he would post stuff. And I'm like, how do you still have those? But it's like, wait, your foot hasn't grown.
Never grown.
Since you were just buying whatever, like sitting in Bosemans. And like, I would come home sometimes from college, come by, see Mike when he was the manager over there at New Center. And he would just be like walking in or out of the store. He just has boxes or whatever. And I'm like, what did he just buy? But it wouldn't be anything. It would just be some
Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday through
it
Friday.
would
Yeah, I
be
used to
those,
buy
like-
everything. I used to go see what they had on sale,
Right.
just by chance.
Right.
It
So
might be
it's-
something for $30, $40 that I probably wouldn't have paid full price for it. But hey, I mean, $30 I can. You know what I mean?
I remember in the back we had the Raging Bull pack,
Mm-hmm.
half off.
Half off.
Even
Raging
that
Bull
same,
pack.
bro.
Hold on, that's not the only one. The what's the love pack with the Celtic one and the
Old
yellow?
New
You
Look.
had that for $100.
We had that
The pack.
half off.
The whole pack.
The whole pack. It was $100 or $150.
Yo, nobody was, but that was. So originally, me being from Raleigh, that was a big thing.
Yes, sir.
Packs. We were big on it.
Right.
I get here and it's like, yo, ain't nobody buying the packs. Let me get those.
Hold on, and the 7-pack with the Orlando Magic 7 and the Raptor 7, half off,
Yeah, sit in the back.
sitting in the back.
That's funny because like even him with the jerseys and stuff, whatever stuff like that. You said the Orlando Magic,
Mhm.
the penny jersey, yeah. So it's like for me, like I said, certain moments in the sneaker realm, calendar of my life, should I say, that is like I have memories of people being in the store buying that. So when y'all are talking about when you just rather pay resale, sometimes it's more about that experience,
Right.
the dollar, right?
For sure.
So I just been living in New York for the past 10 or 11 years. Back and forth from traveling overseas, playing and coming back, there would be some shoes that I wanted. I would see Extra Butters, the Kifs, and all these, right? I'm thinking, hey, let me go to the store, do the raffle, whatever. And they're like, no, first come, first serve. Oh, okay, cool. You go thinking it's gonna be like little Wilmington and I probably gotta sit behind 20 people. And no, there's guys skateboarding down there on this block. Got some guys over here chilling on the hood of the car over here. They probably been there since
6 a.m.
6
whatever.
or earlier.
Yeah.
But they have their spot in line with a lawn chair.
Right.
One
The
guy,
lawn
used to
chair
put a-
method.
one guy, everybody knew him. He would put it was a red Yankee hat. He put a towel down, his red Yankee hat. So like these people had things they have been doing since early 2000s.
Right.
So when you talk about sitting in the cold, they in the car running, they warming up. Then they may get their little homie go get them coffee, get them tea. But as soon as the door is open, back to your point, you're honoring that person because you know for a fact, yo, I know you've been out there.
Yeah.
I know you probably took care of everybody in line. You went and bought donuts, you went and bought pizza.
For sure.
Some guys, I mean, it's very, very rare, but some guys, that's a networking thing as well. So you're talking about where somebody may take themselves from like, yo, I'm door dashing and dude is like, yo, I got you, I'll put you on, come work in my store, or whatever may be the case, because it's like, I've seen you that much.
Yeah.
I know that you're in love with the shoe, you know the history of the shoe, right?
Sure.
So like, it's an experience thing, and I feel like that helps the storytelling, right? So, well, he knows, I told him, even with that Nigel situation, I know some people that work headquarters that really are from that first, right? When we think about brands, we always think, of the untouchable people that run it or behind the scenes, but it's the everyday person. They might live next door to you. You just don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They at the bar at happy hour. That's where some deals is made. He used to come up there, and I'd be like, oh, let's go do this, let's go do that. And we go to these places, and you seeing people, you're like, wait. It's like, yeah, well, now you know that's why they made a bodega 95, because the chick that is messing with such and such or knows this person, that person, they go right to the office and it's like, you got a budget. So you like, oh, what you got? Okay, well, Spence, Rich. And people like, yo, how'd y'all get the podcast ones or something, you know what I mean? Right. But it's like, we're just chilling, we're just kicking it. Yeah. So that's even, like with Nigel, I really feel like that came off the back of Frankie returning. Yeah. To push the stories more. Not necessarily creative, but to push the stories more. Because now the storytelling is kind of lackluster. Where I tell your story, but I don't give you or deep enough like meaning and purpose behind some of the things that happen within, your trajectory of who you've become.
I definitely agree, because obviously, like Nigel, this is not Nigel's first shoe, by any means, and none of his previous have been anything like the last two. Like obviously the grandma's driveway, the green ones, and then these. The storytelling's been completely different.
I'm gonna ask you this question. Speaking of Nigel, did you get the 4RM, the bike?
I did not.
Anybody did y'all look at them
in person?
No, I'm saying, like, did you think about trying to get them?
I would tell people I like the storytelling, I like the story behind it, but I didn't like the low profile.
What you was gonna say, because of the other colors sitting right now?
No, I say put Bike Life on the back of every 4RM.
Yeah,
they're not sitting in any store.
I completely agree with you. And all of the 4RMs are sitting at the stores that I work at right now, except for the Black Cat, because people are silly and they just see the name Black Cat. Like even our
Did y'all get the Pine Greens?
Yes.
The ones that
flew through those?
Yeah. We had them in kids, so I don't even think
Look like SB4s.
They were
I seen them on I think it's like Sneaker Politics or one of those like pages. They came up on like an ad on.
I remember, I straight, no lie, I remember telling in Portland a couple of the Nike or Jordan people, don't put 4RM on it. Just say Jordan 4 Low.
Yeah. I think that would have made more sense.
Yeah.
If you just said Jordan 4 Low, that shoe wouldn't sit nowhere.
And I do think you're right about if they'd put Bike Air on the back of all of them. They would.
That's undeniable.
It's like the 312.
Yeah.
Don C, you go get the 312s with Don C logo on it. You paying an arm and a leg. You put the Nike tab on it, they sit everywhere.
They sit everywhere.
Yeah.
So but even like, I talked to him a lot of just about the everyday, like y'all talking about the Monday to Friday sneaker buyer. Fashion now has, like you were talking about the big pants, right? It's going back to what it once was. So now you're not running to go buy LeBron Fruity Pebbles like people once was, right? You now want a pair of Asics. You gonna put on some Birkenstocks.
I just want to say not me, but yes, I've got
I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
No, but it's
What you got against Asics, man?
Wait a minute on the Asics now.
I want Chris to be able to finish what he's saying, but what I have against Asics is that every fashion dude's excuse of like buying Asics now is they keep saying, oh, bro, they mad comfortable.
Yeah.
They was comfortable 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, bro. And the style is not different, bro.
Right. So
if anything, the price is now more expensive, but like that shouldn't matter. And now they're popular, but that still shouldn't matter as well. Like, do your own thing. Like, be your own person, and I just hate when people like. I mean, people are always gonna ride trends, but I'm not. I can't.
So that's what I was getting to, where it's like you get Asics, like Joe Fresh. Salute to him because he's like, oh, everybody want to wear New Balances now. All right, let me use my relationships, go create some things. It's the same New Balances my grandma and them used to wear.
Yeah.
He put a little flip on it. Then he go get J Tips. Yo, let's put this hat. It's like everything comes together. That fashion world, the sports world, basketball specifically. But then there's like the everyday casual sneaker wearer, sneaker collector, whatever. They have now transitioned into that. Where it's like you go sit in front of a Flight Club and you watch the average reseller, whoever going in and out. They got on Birkenstocks, Asics, New Balances.
Most resellers ain't wearing what they resell.
Right.
No, absolutely not.
Right. Because of the hustle and the quick turnaround, like you guys were talking about before, the quick turnaround of everything dropping, is where it's like, let me go get a few pair. Let me see what the aftermarket is going to be. If I have to take them back, I'll take them back. If I let them go, I let them go.
Right.
But I'm not wearing them to chance the fact that LeBron might get caught walking down the tunnel in a pair and the price spikes back up, right? So that's essentially you're getting rid of the experience altogether based on I call it kind of a clout chase, right? You say trends. I'm finding it where it's like clout chasey because it's now, oh dang, what you got them? Oh man, I need a pair now. It's like, do you really like those? Like, I'm never doing this. Right? But that's him. That's been him. That's his thing. So when I see him do that, I'm not thinking anything of like, oh, this guy corny, man. He got these. Oh, those are trash. It's like, oh, that's how he do his thing. Cool. You got the mismatched laces. That's not my thing. I'm a white lacer, right? Yeah. So it's one of those things where if it gets back to you getting what you like, what you're going to wear, brands won't try to flood the market as much because those shoes will start moving. Right, and then that now piggybacks to where the storytelling gets back. Because I'm gonna come and sit and talk to you and find out, yo, where did you first start working? Who did you work for? What made you fall in love with sneakers? Like these type of questions that used to make people have to think for themselves. Like, do I really like Jordan? Like you gotta I talk with him all the time because for myself, I'm a big advocate of like, I don't live here at home anymore, but I give back as much as I can. Anyway, I give back as much as I can, right? A lot of people don't know it, but behind the scenes, I try and do as much as I can. Like, forgive me. I go to Laney sometimes when I'm home.
Oh, do you now?
Forgive me.
All right.
Go to Harvard.
Right.
Like, these are schools that my rivals, but because I want to see the city itself look better to the outside worlds, I know I have a friend that owns a store. Hey, think of something, even if it's a shirt, some hats, hoodies in the colorway. Let's try to give some of the kids so they understand that there's history in this store. It's just a different location. This 65-year plus Michael Jordan shopped here. Like, they have never seen Michael Jordan touch a basketball. Right. So they're not thinking to come buy a Jordan because they great uncle say, oh yeah, man, he used to, like you guys are talking about, it was the black tip. Like, they don't know. Yeah, they don't. So me as the brand go and tell a very in-depth story, and you come to Wilmington, and they might have Gordon Road, and the kid will be like, wait, I live there. That's gonna make that kid go tell mom, dad, or they may go just get the credit card now, right? And they're gonna come to Bosemans and buy the shoe, versus it being, let me see who's online or on TikTok wearing them. Nah, pass. Now, guess what happens to that shoe? Outlet. Right? I sent him a picture these exact days. I was like, yo, how does the outlet have these and you still trying to get rid of them? He's like, nobody wants them. Right? But like you guys say, you got a line around the corner for metallic 5s. But it's like, do y'all really want those metallic 5s?
Something that we've gotten plenty of times.
A million times.
That's what I don't, that's what I think is so, like, the Galaxy Foam Posit didn't have more hype than the 5s in a way. Like, I'm sure, I mean, you did a raffle. I'm sure you had people coming up here. But it's like, the internet was on fire for
I think Foam Posit is a little bit different too here.
Yeah,
like
Foam Posit is like a staple.
Yeah, it's a staple here.
It's a staple.
But
But it's just crazy that of everything that came out in the last 2 months, the biggest two that like is the flu games and the fives.
Right.
Like as far as what is burning up everybody's pockets. Like I mean, I say that because I worked the flu game release yesterday, and that was ass. Like that was terrible. That was the second worst release I've ever been a part of.
But
and it's a flu game.
what's the like when I come home and I sit in the store, and if sometimes it's a release day, I watch the consumer themselves. Like, what is I won't say age range, but like what is that
Demographic.
the demographic of what bought flu games yesterday? Is it OGs? Is it
Yesterday,
young boys?
it was so the fives. Yesterday was a little bit of everybody.
Okay.
Because like this, like I don't know where they're getting the information of like, oh, this is the one to buy, because I'm not online as much as everybody. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know what they're like taking in to get it. But yesterday was a lot of everybody. I had this couple had to be at least 85. A white couple, at least 85. Obviously, the shoes weren't for them, but they were for, like they had the ID of their son or grandson. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. But that's how you know it's extending past like regular limitations. The fives was definitely a tax shoe.
For that person, that might have been a nostalgic buy.
Yeah,
It could have been. The dude looked pretty young, but that doesn't mean
I'm
it's
saying
nostalgia.
the 85-year-old couple could have
you
been a
think so?
nostalgic buy.
You think they convinced the kid to get it, or like?
No, they could have been buying it for somebody thinking back to.
Right. That's true.
Yeah,
Like,
the average consumer kids have never seen Jordan play,
Correct.
Talking about what?
so they
You're under.
don't
if
remember
you're
the
under
flu game.
40, or I'll say about 35. You have no recollection of seeing that man dribble a ball.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean,
Outside of
You know what I mean?
YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm 32, and I only remember the Wizard years.
When did he
That's what I'm
retire? 03? He retired 03?
Yeah.
From the Wizards?
Yeah.
So I was born in 99, so I was only 4 years old when he was at the Wizards.
Yep.
Like, that's
And so
no
even
Bulls time at all. Like,
So
Yeah.
who would you say is the GOAT?
Michael Jordan.
yeah, but I say that because you're also a sneakerhead, so you do
Yeah.
your due diligence.
Nah, that don't mean nothing. I'm completely the opposite. So
Really?
Yeah, he a LeBron
absolutely.
fan.
But I respect it though.
Yeah, I mean,
respect it.
But I remember going to my grandma and grandpa's house
Okay.
and playing basketball with a little blow up ball that had Michael Jordan's signature on it,
Signature.
and I was shooting it in the hamper basket.
Did you have a backboard shaped like Michael Jordan?
I ain't have. I
I
just had the hamper basket, just the basket that the laundry went in. I was just
But that
shooting
ball
baskets.
may have went
But
to
the ball,
the set.
Yeah,
where
but
it's a
they only
backboard
had the
shape.
ball,
Yeah.
and I was like, I just always remember playing with that ball.
Yeah.
And then once I got older, I was at home alone, so I started on YouTube.
Right.
Like, who's Michael Jordan?
But it's crazy though, like that.
That's how you figured out.
Yeah.
Right.
And my pops and my grandpa, like, they watched sports all through the 90s. So, like, when the All-Star game was in Charlotte during the 90s, my grandpa and my pops both went to it. So they seen him play, and they seen the whole, and my dad's a sports fan. So
Got it.
growing up, my dad just was like,
So
this
you might be
lineage.
one of the rare ones, the younger ones that were introduced to
Right,
it.
Right.
So
and
you
like,
get it, but
even when like I go to my dad's house now and watch Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, and they show the replay of 1972 when so and so, he's like, oh yeah, I was watching that.
yeah.
Like, so like to like
Real
see
time.
that now
Saw that in
and
real
to be
time.
like, I watched it,
Right.
and even now my girl asked me like, why are you watching a Monday Night Football game? Like neither of your teams are wearing, or neither of your teams are playing. I'm like, I'm a sports
Nostalgia
fan.
reason.
Also, if I have a son or a kid,
Yeah.
and my dad's like, and they doing the same thing, showing a replay, I was like, oh yeah, I was watching that when it happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm trying to.
But
That's
even,
how I grew up.
Even like you guys brought up the Wizards, it made me think. They used to do training camp.
Training camp
at
right here.
UNCW when
That's
Michael
crazy.
Jordan became a Wizard.
Bro, the Wizard threes.
Yeah.
Like I did the promo video
So I even
the same way he walked in the back door trash.
That's fire.
So it's like there are people here
Right.
because around that time of the year, training camp for the NBA, beaches closed, really nothing to do.
Right.
Basketball season hasn't really got bubbling for college, high school. You know Michael Jordan, but you also know NBA, and then it's like, oh, they're doing training camp at UNC Wilmington.
Yeah.
So you're talking about all walks of life around Wilmington, North Carolina, surfer boy, country boy, hoop fan, whatever, trying to get tickets to go watch Michael Jordan sit on the bench with ice on his knees.
Yeah. Just to be in the same building.
Yeah, he's 40. He did practice in that morning when it's time for the fans to come watch the game in the afternoon. He chilling.
Well, he played 5 minutes?
If that.
3?
If that. So like me and one of my best friends, like we were privy to being able to go back in the back to the locker room and all that stuff. What's his name? Richard Hamilton, Jordan athlete. He had 11s galore.
Crazy peas. Crazy.
What's his name?
What you got was on that team too? Brendan
Haywood. I was trying to think of the Jordan guys that was on that team. Was it?
You know, he turned almost everybody into a Jordan guy.
What's the other guy with the bounce? Gerald Wallace.
Yeah.
Gerald Wallace, right? So these guys had all these Jordans back there in the locker room. And at the time, I'm like, wait, what? But it didn't dawn on me. It's like, yo, you're now this guy's teammate. Mm-hmm. This is Michael Jordan. So he's not about to just wear all these shoes no more at this old age. So you guys are now the promo. So that's how people used to find out about a shoe, because the guy next to the star will have him on. Scottie Pippen, those guys wearing the 10s, right? Phil Jackson wearing the 4s. Like, that's how people found out about a shoe, to go and say, yo, I love it, whether you knew about basketball or not. Right. Versus now, you got to rely on if somebody says, yo, these fire, right? It's like, yeah.
You got to get a cosign.
It's like, no, do you like them or no?
You like them or no?
So
I'm glad you brought this up about the like wearing what you like, because I was literally having this conversation with y'all yesterday about what I was gonna pack to wear here.
Yeah.
And I love Jordan. I love Jordan 4s. Like that's
no, you the 4 guy.
Like
4 man.
Yeah, you
like half my collection is 4s. Right. Yeah. So I'm packing. It's 3 a.m. on Friday night. We leaving Saturday morning. I'm in my sneaker room going crazy because I'm like, I can't wear 4s. Like, I want to wear something different. But in my soul is aching because I'm like, bro, I have to wear 4s.
But see, like in the retail world, I respect that so much more.
I appreciate that.
As far as like meeting a customer that I know that this one shoe means so much to you,
right? Compared
to, I just need the hottest joint. I don't care.
And see, like when Jordan 4s were going crazy, like military blacks, UNCs, everything like that. Even like we was on the I remember having phone calls with him, like Red Thunders, all the stuff that was re-signed. I was like, oh, this shit trash. So like I'm going back and getting the old 4s while everybody else buying all the new stuff.
Yeah.
And like that's what I like the older stuff, obviously, but like. And then you got like a classic, like a Bread Ford Reimagined. Of course, I'm gonna get that. But like,
but even you saying whatever you call those foods, Thunder, Red Thunder, whatever. For us, we would call those flea markets.
Right.
Like that's
exactly.
what
that was at Wallace. We can get them.
Yeah,
at Wallace.
that's what the dudes that come down the street and open his trunk used to have in the
For
back.
sure.
So at one point in time, that was like frowned upon. It's like,
exactly.
It was unreal.
Shoe man's out of here.
Shoemans. Now the Jordan brand bring the Shoemans back.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are they sitting on the shelf? It's like, do you not remember what you guys were fighting against in the early 90s? Mm-hmm. But that's because the times have changed. You got different VPs, different this, different that. So that goes back, full circle what I was saying, that goes back to the whole storytelling side of it. Right? So like, and once again, because like this is my man, I grew up with him, they were just walking to the park to go play basketball. Like, making sure you had on the right shoe. You're talking about playing outside, hot July dirt, but you had to make sure these what I have on my feet, this might get me on the court first.
Yeah.
Because it looks a certain way.
Exactly.
Right? So now you have a favorite shoe based upon a moment where it's like, yo, when I went to MP Park, I had on these Jordan 10s. I didn't put off the court that day, so now all of a sudden this is your favorite shoe. It's kind of messed up. People with the superstition stuff.
Jordan 18s was mine. I took them to MV Park, smoked them, cut the cover off of them and everything. You know what I mean? That's probably when I was at my best in basketball.
But it's like even seeing that, I remember coming home and I'm like, what are those? But it's like there's somebody I know that's just a creative mind in his own way.
Right.
That did something that's like, yo, that's fire.
Before they did the 18.5.
Yeah, before they did the 18.5.
Right.
Before they
so
did
it's like,
yo,
that's fire. So even doing pandemic, COVID, I chopped off, what was the Jordan 1 high?
And then Jordan 1.
Yeah, I would say you
Turbo
definitely.
green.
Yeah, you
then
definitely
Jordan
started cutting
releases.
the Jordan 1's way.
And then
for
all
sure.
of a sudden, here comes
Jordan
Jordan
Here's
1.
some all these
with the
Jordan
zipper.
ones. Yeah.
I was like,
The cut line one.
Yeah.
let me take this post down.
The
just in case.
Yeah.
Well, and then the off-whites was all the exposed tongues and everything like that.
Yeah,
that
Everything
coming
was
out.
deconstructed.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
it's really where like sneaker culture can continue forever, but it has to go back to people themselves. First, you got to know who you are as a human, to know what you like, and then be confident and comfortable. So a 3 a.m., like no disrespect, that wouldn't have been me because
Right.
my bag probably would either be packed or I'm gonna just toss whatever in
Yeah,
right before
for
it's
sure.
time to get on the road.
Yeah.
And then when I get here, I'm me,
Exactly.
right?
For sure.
Like I'm sitting here with a flannel. I had to do church first. Sorry, back home. You know, moms don't play. But it's really where it's like, even in some instances where you like, man, I need to change, or I want to do this, I want to do
Right.
that. It's like that might be the fit that people are gonna say, oh, I see what you did with those shoes, da 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 da. Versus if you go change and you put on what everybody else got on, your wide leg sweats
Exactly.
with the airbrush, this and that, and then it's like now you're just amongst everything. You have no standout.
For sure.
So I think that's a big part of the sneaker world now versus where it once was. You got the influence from the rappers and the athletes, right? Because now the tunnel walk looks goofy. That's what brands were counting on to help
Exactly.
traject this and that. So, I mean, even now with like Travis Scott, it's not the extreme hype that it once was.
Right.
But you still have people that like Travis Scott that are going to continue to buy the shoe. But then there's some that it is going to also sit
Right.
because it's like, oh, not enough people like them for me to like them. You know what I mean? So I don't like that part of it. And that's this, you know, OG sneakerhead in a sense. Like I told him, like before I just moved, I got rid of 100 pair of shoes. It had to be done. You'll get there one day. You get there one day.
Hey,
But
you listen to him
it's-
talk. He trying to get to like 10,000.
But no, but it's gonna get to a point where you start seeing that revolving door, and then notice people kind of doing it for the wrong reasons and all those things, and you're like, do I want to be a part of this fully?
I definitely agree already, and I've definitely got more selective.
Yep.
Like I'm at a point, I need Royal Shadow and UNC, and I'll be done with Jordan 1s. It doesn't really matter what they release outside of the OGs. I'm just not going to buy it. I have all of the OGs. I'll be good. I'm about to get there with 5s, 4s, like, and to a point where it won't matter. It won't, no, bro. It won't. It won't matter what they release. They say that now because they see me purchase a lot of shoes.
Right.
But it's because like this in the last 2 years, a lot of OGs have come out, and I'm a 24-year-old kid. I haven't had any of the OGs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to fulfill what I consider my essential collection. Yeah, I have 500 shoes, but I'm trying to fulfill whatever my binder sheet of essential collection is,
sure.
and I won't need anything outside of that.
What's left in that binder?
It's a lot.
It's a lot in that binder.
But
On open spaces.
I really do.
And you said you're 24.
24.
So yeah, okay. So you do have things you don't need, but you really, really want because of not being able to get the original.
Correct.
Okay.
It's like the same nostalgia that you have of having it as a kid. I have the nostalgia of seeing someone else have it as a
Right,
kid.
right. Okay.
So, like the Galaxy Foam Posit, I was 12.
Yeah.
I wasn't getting foam posits. That just wasn't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I see
Comfort.
I see the other people with it
No,
at
no,
that time.
yeah.
Same thing with the Gamma 11. That wasn't attainable at the time. You know what I'm
But
saying?
even just that Galaxy phone, just that All-Star pack that weekend,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I remember that action. Like that's it. You say you're 12. Now I know I'm old.
Yeah, I swear I'm old.
I remember. Was
Right.
that Phoenix? Where was the All-Star?
No,
game?
it's Houston.
Houston.
Because the whole Galaxy thing came
Blake
about
Griffin.
because of
NASA.
I thought it was.
NASA.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Orlando.
Florida. Yeah, Florida.
Was
Because
Florida?
NASA's right there at Orlando.
But yeah.
Yeah, it could have
Yeah.
been. But
But it was the NASA theme. But it's
Maybe
in Florida.
it is due to NASA somehow.
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
a factor.
Yeah.
I watched my boy's video. He
Yeah,
put it in there.
I do
Okay.
try to do as much due diligence before I
Okay.
do any type of
Yeah,
video.
he actually do
It's
research
It's
on
in
his video.
Florida.
Okay, so yeah, I remember that
was on
time
What's the,
because of the what did I have? Whatever Blake Griffin.
Oh,
part of
the
that.
Hyperdunks.
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 Right, so I love playing the Hyperdunks.
Yeah.
And that might have been, that's probably like my third or fourth year playing overseas. So I was home doing All-Star break.
Right.
So it was like flooded of shoes. And everybody was going to all these different stores. And I'm like, dang, I'm not going to be able to get them hoop shoes. But I had no idea everybody was going for the foams.
Yeah.
So
Everybody was going for the foams, the Kobe's,
Yes.
KD
KD
fours.
fours,
Yeah.
and the LeBron.
I said, I got them last year.
The big
Yeah.
bangs. The big
Finally.
bangs.
So it was like, for me, going back to the storytelling part, like I stood in line. I'm like, dang, I'm not gonna be able to get them, right?
And them shoes was at every
And
outlet.
I'm like, I go right into this foot action, and I'm like, what? Like, nobody wanted these. I'm like, oh, perfect. Let me get 2 pair, right? So it's one of those things like you'll get what you like, and it's gonna probably always be available. But going back to, like I said, getting rid of all those shoes, the only reason I did that is because from time to time, I leave, I go play. If I'm gone for 6-7 months out the year, I'm not thinking about those Jordan 3s. I'm saying to myself, I'll wear those when I get back home.
Right.
And I started thinking to myself, like, yo, that's very, very stupid, right? So then, after that, it becomes, yo, you haven't put those on. When you put those on, where you wearing them? Because 2 steps out the door, crumble.
Right.
Don't want that. So it's like, all right.
It ain't the real reason. He's just getting older.
But no, I'm saying full circle with it. It's just like it's now like I even think about the shoes that I really, really wanted, that I got, and I no longer have. You know what I did with them? I played basketball in them. So when I see them coming back out, or if I see them at a flight club or wherever, Stadium Goods, and I'm like, oh, I should have kept those. And I'm not saying I should have kept them for the nostalgic reason, because I'm looking at the price.
Right.
So there are people that want a shoe because they see the price. They don't know the story behind it. They don't know how they felt.
And they want people to know that they paid
Right.
that price for them.
And sometimes it's just, remember the kid when we was at Flight Club, cuss his dad out in front of the store just so he could get the Flight Club bag.
What?
It was a thing, it was just a thing of him making sure, like we could tell they was from out of town.
Right.
But it was a thing of him making sure he could go back and tell everybody he got a pair of shoes from Flight Club.
That's
So
crazy.
Did he get a pair of shoes, or he just wanted like?
Oh no, his dad definitely went in there and
No, he
whipped
went
that
back
card.
in.
Yeah, he whipped that card out. And it was probably what? $700-800 I think dudes still.
But even like, so, like,
Someone got a T-shirt.
I used to kind of feel bad when I would go into certain stores.
Well, not with that behavior, probably nothing.
And I would see people, obviously you're a tourist, you don't know what you don't know. A shoe that might be sitting in a Foot Locker that's 2 blocks down on 14th Street,
Right.
you're buying out of Flight Club, right? And then that's when I started kind of,
Right.
you know, I won't say getting angry at resellers, but kind of like, yo, that's kind of messed up. You went and got a pair of Air Max 95 that's sitting in that store for $99, brought them here, put them on consignment, and then Flight Club's going to sell them at $300 to somebody that's over here from Italy not knowing, and then a kid that just wants a bag.
Yeah.
So, and to speak to that point, I work at Hibbett in High Point.
Okay.
He worked at a resale store like 2 minutes down the road in High Point. So people have this like persona that they want to put on. They would rather go buy an Air Force One from him than from me. A wild white Air Force One from him than from me.
Yo,
Which I'm sure you, I'm sure you go
so many
through that all
times
the
I'm
time.
on the phone with him.
Most of the time we bought them from him.
No,
Anyway.
I was just about to say, there's so many times I've been on the phone with him, and he'd be like, hold on, and I can hear in the background, he'd be like, yeah, you got such and such in the size, whatever. He was like, no, I don't have it. Oh, you got this? He was like, yeah. The guy, I forget what he was trying to buy, but he was like, matter of fact, I'm gonna run over to a resale store. I won't say the name. I'm gonna go to the resale store. I'm gonna get them from over there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm telling you, we're getting our pair late. The shipment will be late. They'll be here.
Yeah.
This
And
is
you would
retail.
save,
This
you
paid.
would save the money.
But he
Yeah.
had this infatuation. He needed them. He wanted to pay. He didn't care
Yeah.
or whatever. And so it's like now when you think about people's mindsets to that side, it's like now you guys are, you definitely don't want the shoe for the shoe. You know what I mean? You want it because of the value it is or what people going to think when they look at your foot or whatever. Because the shoes used to be conversation pieces, right? So I used to say a lot of times, some people that they knew for a fact they couldn't sit at this lunch table, that next week they coming in with some shoes where they going to be like, yeah, let me walk past these guys.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I mean? That's how you meet
Yeah.
friends and all those
It
types
messed
of
me
things.
up this year. The dumbest shit I've ever seen is kids playing basketball with StockX tags hanging on their shoes.
Nah, that's out of pocket, man.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Especially because, like, we're at the point in sneaker culture where there's been enough fakes to go through StockX that they don't even guarantee authentication.
I'm not. This is where I'm gonna mess you up. It was a pair of all white Bellows, the LaMelo Ball Pumas.
What?
The shit's sitting in every Dick's Sporting Goods in America.
Yeah, that's wild.
So it's bad.
My point is that, like, what's the point of even putting the tag on there and, like, repping it? Like, oh yeah, you got it from StockX, but that still doesn't mean you paid an arm and a leg. They cheaper. They probably are cheaper on StockX. There's plenty of stuff that's cheaper on StockX.
Like the Black Toe Reimagines, they sitting below retail on StockX than what they are.
But I think StockX is taking so much of a hit,
right,
that I just think their market is just down.
Right,
it's just what a lot of people know.
For sure.
So can you trust the validity of the shoe? One, but two, it's just like people not going there no more.
Yeah.
Goats, same shoe on Goats, probably double the price.
Yeah.
Correct.
But even with that though, it's like it goes back to that clout thing, right? I'm leaving a tag on from a resale spot because of what the resale value market does to somebody's brain about a shoe. But especially like in New York, you go on a release day, you'll see people leaving out of the Nike store, walk around the corner, straight to StockX, put the shoe there, go over to wherever another store they might have won a raffle. Like, it's no more purchase for yourself first. It's purchase for the profit, right? And then see how I can margin out whatever. Oh, it didn't work out. Hey, lower my price. Or now you just lose out, right? So over time, I feel like what Nike did is like they said, hey, to cut them out, let's raise our prices and flood the market. So now that $150 you would get on a shoe, you're probably getting $20, right? Unless you got it to go and get that 10 times over, you're not sitting on a pair for 3, 4, 5 months. So there was a guy I know, he used to work at Stadium Goods. He was like, hey, I'm telling you now, buy Jordan 1s. Chill. He's like, give it about 10 years, people gonna want them again. So he had people coming and buying shoes from them based upon what possibly can happen. Not based on, yo, I like Jordan 1s. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like full circle things like that take away from the storytelling, take away from the experience, and it just takes away from like quality. Because now you get a pair of shoes, like I said, I was getting Jordans and hooping in them. Can't do that with just any shoe now. There used to be a point in time where you can go and get a shoe that was made for basketball and play basketball in it. Now you gotta be like, nah, more.
Like, I couldn't imagine buying a pair of metallic floors.
The hooping.
That's why literally when he said that, I looked down and I was like, damn, I don't know if I could play basketball.
Anniversaries. Pay, what's the equivalent?
You talking about the laser joints?
All white.
The all white with the chrome.
All white, yep. Bought them on sale at a Foot Locker in Europe. So I think that might have been like $100 equivalent. Right to my foot. Game next day. And all of a sudden, years pass. People like, oh, now they what, like 500?
Yeah, 600, something like that. Yeah.
He 4 man, I know you know. But it's like, this was a shoe that was sitting on a sale rack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, even we talk about that with like the Black Hat 4s, like it's like the story that we always talk about. Like I remember working at Hibbett in Thomasville, and Black Hat 4s being $150 on sale, and we couldn't sell that shoe to save our life. And even like, we weren't homies then, but like we was both working at retail at the time, and then now like we both telling stories of like, yo, it's all Black 4, like why are y'all not buying this?
Yeah.
And then it was like COVID hit, and now this shoe is $700, $800, $1,000 now, and it's like, y'all have been had this, and it was $150 at one point. So,
but I mean, and I think that's even with the stuff sitting, it goes on sale. It's like, it's weird. Like I remember when Deion's was not popping. Like we've always done well with Deion's here.
right.
But now you got Deion's dropping, and it's like the numbers might not be that scarce day of.
Yeah.
Then you drop a cleat, and the cleat out.
Yeah.
Half y'all not even playing football,
bro.
So I need them for my
That Kobe
boy.
cleats
The Grinch cleats?
Yeah, the Kobe
selling
Grinch
out?
cleats, yeah.
Something I want to say about that Deion thing is like it's not just selling out, but it's selling out and it's going for over retail. You know, it's one thing to sell out and sit at around the retail price on the resale market, but this shoe was worth something.
Yeah.
You know,
when I was
like-
on Trade Block, somebody had the Kobe cleat as like, I'm trying to get, you know, the breads or something like that. Like, yo, bro, if I got this shoe, I'm not trying to get that one, bro. I'm trying to get a sneaker.
Like I try to keep my daughter's brother kind of fresh on the field. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like the stuff that he needed. I'm not buying
he
it
about
to
to play
resell
in it.
it.
Yeah, he about to
You
play
know what I'm
in
saying?
it.
Like
What it's for? Exactly what it's for.
that's the thing that kind of pisses me off sometimes with the resale market. Like most people know I kind of hate resale.
I peeped it early with all the golf Jordans. Because that's what it started with.
I golf.
Yeah, it started with the golf Jordans.
Like
Going
no,
for
I
resale.
golf.
Yeah.
Like
But
this
you know,
should be
but
comfortable.
When I told him, when he was talking about something, I was like, a lot of people are buying it and replacing the soul.
Yeah, it's soul swapping.
So
I do wear I wear the Jordan 1 low golf shoes.
Nah, that too. I don't like.
I don't. My boy wears like the Cherry 12 lows that actually have the spikes in them.
Yeah.
And he's got another pair too that has the spikes.
I got a bunch of the 12s. Shouts out. I ain't gonna say her name. I got a bunch of the 12s. I got a bunch of the 6s.
Right.
And the 5s I hate.
The
But
5 lows or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like them in the golf joint. But the 14s, I got some on the way.
Yeah.
So.
The new 14s that they came out of, the oxidized green ones or whatever.
Now give me that in a regular shoe too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I like 14s. A lot of people don't.
Golf shoe?
I
You
love
say somebody wears a golf shoe?
Bro, no,
Top
it's
cherry.
Yeah,
I got
a cherry
12.
12 low.
Playing golf.
It's a golf shoe.
Playing golf.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
playing
Yeah,
golf.
they actually
Yeah.
talking about playing golf.
Yeah, no,
no,
actually
He said
playing
that, I was
golf.
like,
Yeah.
Nah,
We
to the
hoopers,
spot.
they really started talking about playing
Nah,
golf
yeah.
real.
No,
quick.
no.
Yeah.
I have to get into that word. I gotta
Yeah,
figure
he was
it
like,
out.
oh, they really talking about. Yeah, they
Now when
talking
he said he
come on the
wearing
Jordan
them, I was just
sport,
like,
man.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
So, but like the Jordan 1 lows, like the ones you
Yeah.
have on, I have the shadow version of
Gotcha.
the golf one, but
Gotcha.
the Jordan 1 lows, the golf ones, they don't have like spikes.
They don't have-
it's,
yeah,
like, it's like a regular shoe,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
just
could
a-
wear
it's
it
a thicker
casually.
sole.
Right.
Well, listen, it doesn't sound crazy. You say somebody who just regularly wear a golf shoe. At one point in time, in this city, Wilmington, North Carolina, there used to be people walking around in baseball cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And football cleats.
that's a
I
fact.
was so confused. That
Yeah.
that
I was
fashion.
elementary school, like it was a fashion thing. They wear baseball and football
slouch
cleats.
socks and football cleats, and you hear people walking
Down
down
the
middle school hall.
Yeah.
See what?
No.
No,
But
but what I
he-
could see him doing, and it's a trend again. If you had shorts, he probably had the compression joint. No, the compression, the
Nah,
3/4
Under,
sleeve.
under the
Nah, his
basketball
thing
shorts.
was layer the slouch socks. So he'd go like with
That lasted for like
he would
5
go
minutes.
red,
I went through a slouch shop.
black, but then he had
Middle
like
school,
a
let's play
long
basketball.
Yeah,
red
and the
sock
funny
at
thing
the
is,
top.
I got it from DC.
Yeah, slouch sock shit.
Yeah, I actually,
No, that's
to
that's
be honest,
thing.
yeah, the whole
DMV
slouch
thing.
sock thing, I
It
actually
was-
got it from DC. I met some dude who he had on slouch socks. I was like, man, that's
Nah, that's all.
fire.
That's middle school. That's all I wore.
So that same little pocket of time, that's when people were wearing ACG boots. But it's like you live on the beach. So the thing
ACG
is,
slouch socks.
so Sunday afternoons
Shorts
in the
is
summer.
nasty.
Listen to this.
Bruh.
Listen to this. Hold on. Listen.
I
to
have
this.
customers to this day that walk in with shorts and ACG.
ACG,
Spence, I'll
that's
tell
a
you
fact.
this.
That's a woman's mistake.
Don't judge this place that bad. Sunday afternoons, half of Wilmington's inner city goes up here to the beach. Instead of going to the beach in board shorts and slides, you know what they arrive in? Cargo shorts, ACG boots,
It's nasty.
white tees, standing beside a pier on the beach. And I'm like, oh my God. That's one thing I'd never get. It was confusing to me. It was so confusing to me.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, during the summer, we put on Timbs and ACG boots and go to the
Yeah.
beach.
Yeah.
That was the weird.
Yeah, sometimes we could be a little nasty, like
Yeah,
as far as
yeah,
overall with the
yeah.
fashion in Wilmington, but it's us that are separate from that
But
too.
it's
though.
But
I
they-
think North
they-
Carolina is different because
Yeah.
it's the melting pot is weird here.
Yeah.
I look at the military bases, it's the influence.
crazy,
95 coming through in their major highways, so the drop offs are from every type of fashion world that just hits right here.
Yeah.
It just spreads. Is insane.
So even with him saying that, like I went to a Nike meeting with him. It was just 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
And you know when they sitting there doing the buy-in and stuff for store owners, there's things that these other stores from around the country are like, oh, yeah. And he keeps looking at me, he's like, it's because he knows.
Yeah,
I know my market.
Yeah, you know your people.
Yeah,
but it's
your
like
clientele. Yeah.
the stuff that we like here is just weird. So it's like it's kind of difficult from Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
On average, for your, Bosemans, your mom and pop shops of the world, because of the demographic and the style variations, right?
Which is why we need that community to be bigger.
Right.
Well, and what I was thinking when you was talking about, people coming from all different ways, and like, for me, like, growing up middle of North Carolina, like, everywhere that I've been to, everybody's like, I want to go to the beach. Like, I want to move to the beach. My brother went to UNCW, and so he's like, I just want to go to the beach. So like, and he don't know shit about shoes, like fashion, nothing like that. So like, you get those college kids that come here, they just want to wear great New Balances, Air Maxes, whatever. And
If they even wear that.
Yeah, and beat them to the ground.
Birkenstocks.
Yeah, beat them to the ground.
Rainbows.
They just want to go to downtown every weekend and party and whatever. But then you got people that's from the mountains or like closer to VA that's like, I just want to go to the beach, or I want to move to Wilmington or whatever and see that scene. So when you said the melting pot, that's the first thing I thought of.
It's weird, man. So like with the clash of styles, the clash of lifestyles, sometimes like seeing certain shoes come out, I think about home first.
Right.
Of kind of like, oh dang, that wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like a random shoe where everybody putting it on sale as soon as it drops. It's on Twitter for $49. That's something that everybody here wants.
Right.
Like that shoe, that's trash. But it's like here,
I've taken my chances. As a buyer, I've taken my chances. A couple of joints, and I'm like, damn, as soon as Nike pull it out, we had to meet. I love that shoe. Lump it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to make sure. Because what we've noticed, too, is everybody walk in and they'll look and see what we got on. So I'm like, all right, if I can get you to talk about it, I'm going to try to talk you into trying it on. Damn, these comfortable. So I have taken some chances on quite a few styles.
What you have to do to grow. I mean,
Yeah. You got to. But I mean, at the same time, too, I know my Monday through Friday, if I got ACGs in stock, I'm selling a pair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Well, I was at when I was at the resale store, I was like, bro, like I would open up a store and just sell all white and all black forces.
That's it.
Like,
But yo, like 2 years ago, we couldn't sell black forces.
Yeah.
But I was
yeah.
Now we can't keep black forces in.
but it was like that comes back from not the person liking the thing, is what the internet tells you like. Cause like, yo, you put on black forces, oh,
You on demon time.
You on demon time. So it's like that whole part of life is like, that's kind of what.
Even like when I had one pair of black forces in my life, and I was like, even like I joked around, I was like, that was a rough time period for me. I had them for like 3 months, did what I needed to do, and then got rid of them. Because I had bad juju in the house. Like I was like, I gotta get them out. So
I've never owned a pair of black forces.
Get you a matching shiesty.
I don't own a couple of them.
Yeah.
I
ain't never on that type of time with them.
So what's your favorite? I'm gonna ask y'all. What's your favorite shoe?
Period?
All time.
All time. Only because I want to give an answer, I'm going to say Chicago Jordan 1. All time.
The original Air Max 1, the red.
Okay.
Bradford.
Bradford.
I'm gonna go Jordan Aqua 8.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know yours. What's yours? That's interesting.
I did have to force mine out. Like,
Yeah,
my answer, I'm over here making sure that's even my answer. I'm like, are you sure?
I'll be honest with you, I would probably go back. I don't know.
Well, I'm Cement 3.
Yeah.
Which one?
White or black?
Black Cement 3. But I was asking y'all that because I think about now. So, in the gym, working out with some kids in there, and they saw me with some Kobe 10s or whatever. And he was like, yo, those are my favorite shoe of all. That's my grail.
Yeah.
No, the Kobe culture right now is insane.
I know, but I was like, so they're, I was a young boy, like 16, 17, so it made sense. But hearing somebody say that, I was like, what? I was like, a hoop shoe is your grail. And I'm like, it's obtainable. Like, you can go get this shoe.
But they all hoop shoes, actually.
Except mine.
They
Yeah,
all.
same
But
place.
back to like we were talking about Uncle John earlier, who knows James. His AAU team, they got the gray Alma 5s, the gray and navy ones that came out. They gave them to the team, like the players, and they're like 13, 14 years old. He don't want the 5s. Like, he wants all these Kobe's to hoop in. Like, and he wears the 14-year-old wears a bigger size than me, and I'm a 9.5. So I already know 10, 10.5, 11, and he's hooping in Kobe, like reverse Grinches, like he's hooping in all these stuff, and I'm like, he don't want the free pair, he want the Kobe's that he wants to hoop in, like, you know what I'm saying?
I used to do that too. I was actually talking about that with him, but it's even worse now because any event you go to, you got 10 pair of shoes in your hotel room, right? Yeah. It's every shoe that all of us up here probably want, but they are going to take those shoes, take them back home with them, and what you want? Yeah, that's how these kids, some of the elite kids,
because they getting so much stuff,
right? They're getting so much stuff, and then they end up wearing the Crocs, the Asics.
Yeah, my boy love wearing Crocs outside.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, these brands are having to seed, right, a product to get the kids to wear it for it to sell, but the kids aren't wearing it, right? So
they only wearing it if it's mandatory.
Yeah,
you got to put these on in this game.
And that's kind of a bad part of it too, because it's like there used to be a variety of options and choices and things like that. So
the only and y'all can speak for me as well, but like when I was coming through like middle school and high school, like the guys that was on like Ball is Life and like Hoop Mixtape and stuff like that, they were playing in like actual basketball shoes like that were comfortable with them. They weren't wearing like. It was rare to see like everybody in the same shoe unless the team just had to match shoes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you knew that person as like how they played. You didn't know them as like
the shoe they were
you knew Nick Young as like the guy that wore crazy stuff on court. Like that was what he was known for. Like he was a hooper too, but like you knew that like I might tune into whatever game he's playing because he might wear like Supreme Foam Posits or he might wear Easy 2s to play it. You know what I'm saying?
So I went to rival high school as PJ Tucker, right? He changed shoes in high school.
Exactly.
Like at halftime, he was changing shoes. Then.
Yeah, 12 years old.
Yeah, no, he was doing that. Like he was doing that at Rec League. Yeah. Like we played at like Worthdale and some other spots. Dude was changing shoes then. Like his mom and dad.
Are you around this? If you don't mind me asking, you around the same age as like John Wall too?
John is like a little brother to us.
A little younger.
Yeah. Okay. He like a little brother to a lot of the Raleigh people.
Yeah, that's like PJ. That
he was doing it in high school though. Like
that's one person I can say.
But see that, and like I'm glad.
Not faking it.
I'm glad. That's what I was gonna say. I'm glad to see that. Like to know that. Seeing him in high school, like he's always been that way, and it wasn't just as soon as I got to the league, I got someone.
That's bad. He has a house.
Yeah, a house. Yeah.
Just it's like
right. And there's stuff that like he even says.
I told y'all. What did I say? What did I say?
There's stuff like he says on camera. He's
talking about he won't stop buying.
I can't even show y'all like some of the stuff. Like I just literally can't show you.
You want that? That's your goal. But on the backside of that, you also see what else he's doing.
Playing
No.
He got a store too.
He got a store, and what's selling at the store? Some of his personal pages.
I mean,
and have you got to tune into some little YouTube clips popping up at some resale spots around the country. With stuff.
Yeah.
So he still has.
Because he got to be careful with telling how he gets some of his stuff.
Well, and I had a conversation with Rich about this the other day. It's crazy to me how much friends and family pairs get sold and how much they're worth. Like, I understand the worth because obviously they're not attainable, but isn't it crazy that, like, these things that obviously were, like, the kids selling their shoes, like, these were given to you. Like, your name is on a list. There's only 100 of these, and, you know, so eventually we can really find out who did this.
I was about to say, that's the tough part with it because it's like, all right, let's go, what's my boy, Travis homie, Shaq West, right? Mm-hmm. Shaq West, cool dude, right? So if Travis gives him a friends and family pair, Shaq is hanging with him and these other guys, so he be like, yo, my boys need pairs too. So Rich is sending you a pair, friend and family. Mm-hmm. Me and you are cool. He's like, yo, my boy that hoops, he needs a pair. So he's like, all right, cool, I got him. Puts me on the list. He knows you. He doesn't know me.
Right.
So the pairs that get going are probably mine.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's too many layers to just completely cut him off to say, yo, stop sending him friends and family. Because now it's like, in 10 years when these are resold for $1 billion, you're not thinking to go back down to cut somebody off. So that's how that works in that sense. Because you think about like PJ, Mike Bibby, Mike Finley, like some, especially guys that have deals with brands, they are like, yo, I had 100 pairs of these, I've never worn them, take them. And you got stories of guys they get access to the locker room at All-Star games. Braun, whoever, they got 40 pairs in front. You go take 2 or 3 pairs, they won't even know.
Yeah.
You go in the house, like, it sounds crazy, but I know a dude, he used to go every All-Star game, look around, you out there running, jumping, amazing things, and he back there, boop. And because you got access to that area, if you're security, you're not checking. You think I'm somebody's security agent.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
so
their people
now,
or whatever, yeah.
Right, so in that aspect where it's like, it seems messed up, but it's so many layers where I can't just be like, yo, let's stop doing this.
Yeah.
So even, we're talking about Nigel, right? Think about how many pairs they got stolen off a train and all that. It's like, yo, that means somebody at the port or somebody, like, you're not just going to get this one train cart.
Yeah, that's
like, this is
movie.
orchestrated.
That is a movie.
Yeah, you gotta have a manifest.
Yeah.
You gotta have a manifest.
Like even all the way back to when
Memphis.
No, not the Memphis. The what was she? I can't think of what her position was, but her son.
Oh, you talking about the
was,
lady at Nike where her son was reselling?
They
and
knew
everything.
that he was doing that.
Yeah.
He just got too crazy at
Yeah.
the warehouse, and now they like, whoa, slow down.
Yeah, I do think they knew, and that's why she ended up resigning and not getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's a part. It's cool for some of these brands too to have that, because that means like, hey, my stuff is wanted that much. Like everybody used to want to go on campus so they can go shop at the employee store.
All right, man.
But now, you like if you ever get a chance, once you go, it's like
That's just trash.
it becomes like, oh,
Man, I ain't
now
caught
everything-
nothing out there.
Yeah.
No?
No.
It's
J
not what
Balvin
it
2s
was.
might have been the
It's not
only
what it
thing.
was. When he went, he sent me a picture of some Travis Scotts that were given to him. So now there's no need to go to the employee store. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got this from the employee store?
Well, I
No,
don't know, so
they didn't
I'm
have
saying.
these.
You know
Nah,
what I
they
mean? So,
always
like,
they
it's-
always hook us up.
Right.
Yeah,
We walk in our hotel room. We get out there, and it's always some eat.
Yeah, so
That's
it's-
fine.
But that's kind of like even a part of it. Like that was one of my enjoyments of like going places as a kid, getting one of the elite players or whatever, getting given stuff, and I made sure I wore it
Right.
because I wanted people like him when I could like,
Yeah, for sure.
oh, you know what I mean? Like now these kids, they don't care.
Nah,
They
these
don't
kids
care.
We talk about all the podcasts all the time, like all these young kids, like all they want is like Balenciaga, LV.
And
Like
it's
they
not
want
one.
designer.
No, it's not one.
not
They
one.
getting
They
that.
get-
Yeah,
They
that's what I'm
get-
saying.
get-
Purple
that.
jeans,
Purple jeans,
Balenciagas,
yeah.
and
Hellstar.
Bro,
all,
these
like,
kids
Spider-Hoodie.
will go
Yeah,
live.
Spider-Hoodie.
He told me about a
Uniform.
kid just coming in the gym to train. Kid set his phone down, went live, and he was like, "Yeah, I probably just made like $1,000." He's straight to the Balenciaga store.
Yeah, he going.
He used
That's
to come
crazy.
to the gym and stream on his
Twitch.
On his Twitch.
Working out.
Yeah.
So
Not
he goes set
Is
his
he
phone
tough
up.
at least?
He's good, but
he got enough followers to get $1,000
yeah,
in
that's
45
what I'm
minutes.
saying.
Right,
Like, that's
yeah.
that's like. I don't want to sound like the OG hater, but that's that part of it that I have my disconnect from.
Right.
Where I can go in this gym, put my work in, no cameras, no nothing, and I'm just fine. Right. There are some people that's like, yo, you got a camera guy?
Well, I need
Gym
that for
right
it.
there. There's a
Yeah.
rim, there's a ball. What we need? Who
Yeah,
the
what
camera
I
guy?
need- yeah,
doing?
what I need camera
Rebounder?
for.
You know what I'm saying? But it's because they want to make sure they wear something. They get a flick. Now it gets this traction, interaction, or whatever. Because some of them are monetizing from this.
Yeah.
Which I can't hate on. I understand it.
Get your
Like
bag.
I do it
Yeah,
myself
get your money.
sometimes with certain brands, right?
Right.
So it's like at the same time, it's messing up their path because that's their first thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a by chance thing. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about where you getting Bronny sits down, he turns on his Twitch, he makes $1 million.
Yeah.
Like Ben Simmons may never ever touch a basketball on purpose anymore because he can sit down just like this and play Twitch, and he's a forever millionaire. As talented as they are, but it's like we're also looking at these dudes to go put on a PE, but you're not going to see it. They're going to be on the sideline chilling. So.
Which I think is what puts the sneaker world in a bad bind.
Put you in a bad
because
bind.
now you don't cater to the sneaker person, the sneaker lover, the sneaker connoisseur. You cater to the hot moment.
Mm-hmm.
You cater to the instant, and it's the entitlement era with a lot of the kids. Like they expect it to be given to them. So everybody's an influencer. Everybody's an influencer.
I just saw the video of Kai Sinat giving Duke Dennis.
Oh, the Freddy
Krueger
SBs.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Gosh.
Those came from a store in Charlotte.
Really?
I followed the owner.
Really?
And he posted
He
them.
tried to make it, well, somebody tried to tie it to the Randy Johnson conversation.
So
Yeah, I saw that
allegedly, the owner from Charlotte got them from Randy, and then he put them in connect with, I guess, Kai.
That kind of goes with what you're saying.
So,
like, yo, if I blessed you with my,
But you know what's crazy?
and now you got these
the
kids,
dude- yeah.
like how I feel. Like,
the
yo,
dude
what
that
you doing?
the dude that owns the store, I actually remember running into him at a resale store in Charlotte when I lived in Charlotte, and like this is before he even owned the store.
Mm-hmm.
Now he owns a store in a mall in Charlotte, and I just happened to follow his personal, and I remember him posting that he wanted to buy them. A couple days later, Kai's on stream with Duke, gives them to him. Now he's reposting that they came from him, which came from Randy.
Which is crazy
So-
because Kai could call Nike and say, "Hey, I
Right, exactly.
Just like KD say, yo, I need.
But it's for the moment, too.
Yeah.
30
Especially
pair of
Travis
Scott's because he's my favorite.
But also,
He wears
like,
size
if
20, so
if that's me,
put them in production.
Yeah.
if that's me, I'm not going the resale route.
Right, no, I wouldn't.
You're
Not if I got
you're
a
not-
deal.
Yeah, you're not gonna pay 60
But see, Kyle
bands
wanted
for
the I
to-
pay $80,000 for these.
But that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
though, like,
exactly.
in totality, like, yo, all right, cool. You gave your man some shoes. He is for this stream, but the average person, the average kid following him, they don't know.
No.
Yeah.
Nor
You
can
know
they
what I'm saying?
obtain.
Like-
It's not obtainable.
It's not
No.
So now
It's not.
I'm
Now it's
pretty
back
sure
to the
what'll
shoe
happen-
man
Yeah,
that's gonna sell the
I'm about
fakes
to
out the
say,
trunk.
What's about to happen? Well, shoe man ain't shoe man no more. It's go on Alibaba.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Temu
ain't
and
it
everything
DHgate?
like that, right?
So it's like
Express,
every,
yeah,
every,
yeah,
moment,
exactly.
every moment that's kind of like supposed to be that like grill or
Right.
it's just not as authentic anymore because now I'm giving you something or whatever Nike specifically made for me. I'm like, oh, what you want? Hey, yo, you my man. Here you go. The next time I'm like, where you get them from, Spence? And you sitting over there like, oh well, he want like.
Because if I'm Nike, I'm dropping them shits in 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. And then now,
Now we gonna capitalize.
I'm gonna make you
So-
lose all your bread on that.
Right.
I'm dropping them in 2 weeks, and I'm gonna make them a GR.
So,
Yeah.
how do we feel? How do we feel about shoes like that coming back? Like, because obviously we're talking about, it being this grail and then them
But this-
implicating it.
But for me, once again, it goes back to it loses its essence because that shoe once had a story.
Right. So
Now the story has changed from him to Kai
Exactly.
and Dennis, which for me,
Nasty.
I don't relate to it.
That's what I was about to say.
I've not watched one
I
Kai
had,
stream.
I had to be told who Kai Sinat was
Yeah,
because I saw
I
him
seen
in New York
YouTube
walking
stuff.
around.
Never-
Right.
And there was cameras and there were kids chasing him
Yeah.
down West 4th. And I could not, I was like, who is that? What's going on? And I kept hearing him say, hey, chat. I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
What is he talking to?
Yeah.
There are people here.
Yeah.
Then they were like, oh, you don't know who that is? The kid right beside me, he was playing, they were doing the West 4th game.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, let me show you. Opens his phone. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy has a pretty good following, but I still like, who is he, right? Because at one point in time, you had to be da-da-da-da, but then kind of find out he's from New York, he's been streaming, da-da. So I gained respect for him because I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, for you to wake up at 8 or stay up all night doing all these things for these brands or whatever, respect, because I'm not sitting in front of, like, he
camera.
couldn't even take a shower when they were doing the 24-hour
24
stream.
hours
and all
straight,
that.
yeah.
But because of his now gain, his interactions, him doing something like that, buying a pair of shoes, giving them to his man, if I had a pair, I'm probably looking at that shoe different now. Because when I put it on, there's going to be a kid like, oh my gosh, Kai hat.
That's the ones that Duke Dennis got or whatever.
That Duke Dennis didn't look thrilled about.
He was like, oh.
So how do we feel about things like the Wu-Tang Dunk coming back or the Undefeated Fours or Shattered Backboards? They mean less now, in your opinion?
Nah, they don't mean
Wu-Tang hit perfect.
Yeah,
I think
because they continue the storytelling?
Yeah, they did. We did some decent storytelling with it. I just would have felt it. So the DJ in me would have felt it hit better on the anniversary of hip hop. Like that would have been crazy on the anniversary of hip hop.
That would have been year
that's
before
the DJ.
last.
Yeah, that's the DJ in me. But at the same time, again, it goes back to the Travis conversation with Jordan 1s. What's been dead?
Dunks. Especially dunk highs.
But even like specifically Wu-Tang, like, I mean, you probably done research on it, but Wu-Tang is, when they say Wu-Tang forever.
Yes.
Like, I had a teammate in the Middle East that used to listen to RZA. I'm like, how does it got all the way on this part of the world? But it's like Wu-Tang was such a big deal. Like how you talk about the sports side of the Monday Night Football and things like that. His granddad used to DJ American artists when they came to Europe. So he finds out about Wu-Tang through that. So rightfully so, when that shoe dropped, he's one of the first person I got a message from. Like, hey, can you get these for me and ship them to me? I'll pay whatever. So
that's the one you hit me about.
Yeah, so you go from there to now just your average Jordan 1 is like, it doesn't hit the same storytelling wise unless you really like dig deep and like even with Travis, he just has a following now, right? It's similar to Ye in a sense, right? Yeah. The following is gonna support whether you talk crazy, do whatever you gotta do, buy any product you put out. Then there's some shoe that needs more than just the person. It needs the story, it needs the experience, right? Like, it's just some stuff you can't get rid of by just putting the camera in front of it and a popular person and saying, let's put out 1 million pair, let's make it a GR, or let's make it regional.
Like, Travis didn't help the Mac Attacks.
No. And they did that wrong because they dropped the Travis Mac Attack after the OG came out.
Travis was on the we talked about when I first got here, but he was on the WWE pay-per-view last night. Yeah. Like, one of the most pivotal moments in WWE history happened last night, and Travis is sitting in the ring in the corner, just smoking a joint. Like, he's just there, bro. Like,
Chris looking like, yo, is that for real?
No, but I mean,
is that for real?
No, what I'm saying is
for
like,
him to say one of the most pivotal moments.
Bro, it was like,
but to see, but I'm nostalgic. I'm thinking old school wrestling.
Well, so they posted a picture last night of. Sorry, I'm about to get.
He's also our residential wrestling guy.
I'm about to get. I'm about to get my bag.
Yeah, he's also a wrestling guy.
Let's go.
So. I'm
about to
nerd out real quick.
Cool. That's what we want, yeah.
So Cena came back last night in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, because I thought he was retired, to be honest.
Right.
I'm confused.
So
he needed to win the Royal Rumble. He lost.
Right, exactly. To Jey Uso. So he lost to Jey Uso. Jey Uso challenged the person who got the heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Right. So now they got the Universal title, which Cody Rhodes got, who's the new babyface. So John had to win that last night to go to Mania. So if he goes to Mania, wins the Mania, he has the most world championships ever. He beats Flair at 17. So they go there. They got this whole dispute. Rock comes back. Rock wants Cody to be his champion, whatever like that. Sell his soul to whatever. Cena ain't never been a heel ever in his whole career. He's always been babyface, good guy. Cena turns heel last night. Start beating the shit out of Cody. He hold the belt up. Rock's in the ring with him. So now it's the two-headed monster of The Rock and Cena together. Okay. Travis in the background.
Yeah, so you ruined it. I was with you. I was waiting for when you were about to say his name.
Travis in The Rock came, so Cena won the match. Right. Cody comes out. Obviously, they have the face-to-face because they're going to face at WrestleMania. Rock comes out. After Rock comes out, they turn Fiend on. Travis and Rock are walking to the ring together. So they in the ring together. Cody tells Rock that he's not selling his soul, whatever. Tell him to go fuck himself. Mm-hmm. So then that's when Cena turns him around, low blows him, start beating the shit. Like Cody's bleeding at the end. So you talking about nostalgia and going back. This morning I woke up, go to Twitter. Of course, it's all over my Twitter. They have the picture of Rock, Cena, and Travis. Underneath it is when Hogan went to Hollywood Hulk Hogan to black and white, and Dennis Rodman was in the picture when they had Rodman and NWA.
Right.
So we went with Travis Scott in this era.
Yeah, Travis Scott is Dennis Rodman.
But I will say,
somehow.
Last night after the whole thing went about, I was like having thoughts like Travis don't really have anything connected to WWE, but his nickname is Cactus Jack, which was also Mick Foley's nickname back in the day.
Okay.
So I think Travis is an actual WWE fan because of the Cactus Jack name. But
it's
also,
a Cactus Jack rollout
Right.
it might have been a Cactus Jack collab with
it was
with him in.
Yeah, Mick Foley has done
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
But also, if we was gonna do this, why didn't we do it like 2018 when the 4s and like the 1s and everything was well? We doing it now towards the.
Well, what we're sticking with, you're supposed to be having the Bloodline 12s, supposedly, if they haven't canceled them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it makes sense to have somebody with Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say WWE right now, in my opinion, I've been watching my whole life. Right now with Netflix and everything, I think WWE is the biggest it's ever been.
Yeah.
So it's like now that you
I think it's a
bring in-
plan that just hasn't hit.
And we talked about
Yeah.
with the Netflix deal. Now they doing Money Night Raw on Netflix. They've been on cable TV for 35 years. Now Netflix throw them a gazillion dollars.
It's something to disrupt the industry.
So
You know what I'm saying? So
we have, when you said Dennis Rodman, I've been sitting here thinking like, only equivalent we have is like Draymond, basketball wise.
right.
Then that wouldn't make sense, but then it would. For me,
The only other
he's
person,
wrestling on the court.
the only other person,
He actually he
we
punched.
got to
his
think a little
teammates.
bit bigger than that. Got to think because of Pat McAfee. It's Halliburton.
Yeah.
I was
Pat
about to say,
McAfee bring Halliburton into a lot of the stuff because didn't he jump in the ring when they
Yeah.
did something?
Him and Brunson had a
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to get back. It's
You had me. I
it's
was
like Karl
And like-
Malone.
Yeah.
And the Elimination Chamber was in Toronto, so Drake was there, and Yachty was there. But Yachty is a WWE fan, but Yachty had tickets.
Drake-
and then
So
Paul
what
Drake-
You glad so friend me like that?
What shoes Trav have on?
I don't even know. He had like
Okay,
he
see,
had
that's-
the big
Yeah, and
black
his pants
baggy
be big as hell.
pants.
You can't
But
even
no,
see
what I'm
the
saying
shoe.
though,
Yeah.
that for me.
I was wondering that too when we started
Brand
talking
I will
about
say
it.
Seth Rollins did wrestle in the Field Purple 12s, the black and purple ones.
Yeah.
He did wrestle in those last night
No,
in the Elimination Chamber.
but Travis specifically, you talk about for.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he had on.
Yeah, 'cause he gotta have
look
on
that-
one of his shoes.
No, I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
Talk
like-
about stories.
Yeah, because he gotta have on one of his
Storytelling
own shoes. Because I know they was pushing these heavy, but I would think if he gonna be on wrestling, it's got to be a different colorway or something.
Yeah,
He
right.
can't have on just these again.
I know he had some dumbass Balenciaga hoodie or Balenciaga hat on or something. I don't know. I remember seeing the B. I was like,
And I mean, I'm all like I said, I'm all for evolution.
And he'll wear some heat with them big ass pants, and you can't see his
That's what I'm
feet.
saying.
Like, he
that's
do that
what-
on purpose.
That's why I'm saying like he wore all black last night, and I knew the shoes were black, but I have no
Probably
idea
these
what
in
they-
all black.
If
Yeah.
I'm not,
I have no idea what they were.
I can't believe he ain't wear brown though, but
Yeah, it was just funny seeing him in the corner, like, we got him.
with a blunt.
And he slapped Cody.
We did it.
He slapped Cody in the face, and I was like, bro, like you don't even like.
But
You don't
know
even
what?
have no relation
But
to
you know
this.
what
Like,
else was last night is Tank's fight, which is getting more eyes. I won't say more, but just as many eyes as wrestling would too.
T-Rex, a gray and black T-Rex, is what he had on.
Yeah.
So at least he was wearing.
It might be
his.
the Chase B one
it could be.
because that Chase B one.
I'm just
the
trying to figure
mock-up
out what
look.
happened to his own signature. Jordan Brand must have scrapped it. So
It's supposed to be
You got a
another
favorite-
shoe
you got a
that
favorite
we ain't
basketball
even
signature?
seen.
Does it have to be Jordan? Because all of y'all's was Jordan.
No. I'm saying like Nike
Signature
has
line or shoe?
That's where you go right here.
What was the question?
signature basketball. What's
Shoe?
your favorite? Yeah.
Favorite shoe?
Yours is pennies.
No, it's not.
No.
That's where you go right
Oh
here.
man.
You mean all time or just?
All time.
I like the CB94 a lot.
Okay.
Now hold on. Are we talking about actually hooping though?
Yeah, but like as a player.
Because I don't
signature
want to hoop in no phones for real. That's why Penny can't be there. I can't.
Okay.
I ain't saying I'd have
that's
it.
like Penny forever for me has one of the best signature shoes.
It does, but I just can't hoop in no.
No, I ain't saying you gotta hoop.
Those-
in it,
Okay.
We
So
were-
there's not the hoop in there.
You said CB94.
Yeah, just specifically the 94, the
when I
higher one.
when I got here yesterday.
So he said signature line though. So with Charles Barkley.
No, it would not be the Barclays. That's why I said that one specifically.
Is this aside from Jordan?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I was making sure.
Mine is now this one I can get you. It's the OG Flight Plazas, the Battleground series.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Kobe actually. It's actually pretty easy because the Huarache 2K4 is one of my favorite
That-
all-time
that-
basketball shoes.
They
And
rip
it-
so easy though. The
No,
hyper
no.
dunks. That's why I love the hyper dunks. And Kobe had
He
those.
didn't strap his. He used to take his strap and put it behind the tongue.
He said he don't like hyper dunks.
I don't like hyper dunks though.
Yeah. Used
But
to
you-
do that. Yeah, that was used to be. Take the strap. and put it-
Sometimes I strap mine up most of the
But
time.
I'm saying though, it was sometimes you just strap it behind.
Yeah, because the it has like a little elastic thing
Purpose
you
of
can
the
tuck
shoe is to
behind.
put the strap over the tongue.
Yeah. Now mine
I
would
respect
always,
it though.
mine
I
would
respect
always
you
respect
for the
it.
lineage. I respect.
Mine would
Nah, but
always
it's like
rip like
saying-
at the toe, like
Yeah.
at that little corner part.
But no, so I was asking.
Yeah,
too,
nah.
it's like-
I might have had one pair that might have tore up on me. I was playing in them at Empy, and concrete test.
Yeah, I ain't playing outside.
So you saying Kobe's
I'll probably say hyper dunks.
hyper dunks? Yeah. I'm Penny. Yeah, not foam, but everything else Penny. But I feel like for that,
Ones, he was on.
Which
like
one?
with the,
Penny ones?
Yeah.
The ones is good.
Well,
Yeah.
The ones
I'm
are
glad
good.
you brought this up because when we was at Copper Penny yesterday eating lunch, I had the blue Soul Sanity hoodie on, and so the guy was talking to me, and he didn't really know anything about shoes. He like just knew like a little bit about the resale or whatever, and he watched like Last Dance and everything. So he was asking me, he was like, "Is there any other signature shoe that's ever gonna be Jordan?" And I was like,
Beat Jordan.
I probably would have said Penny a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about this, and when him saying it is making me kind of think like,
Because
yeah,
Penny-
you definitely would not have said Kobe a couple of years ago. I would have.
but it's just like when you talk about influence, right? Penny is now coaching in his shoe.
That's fire. Yeah,
Right?
that's
That is
fire.
fire.
So it made me think too when y'all talking about
It's like the Deion effect, though. It's the Deion effect.
Deion's impact all the way through,
Mhm.
and is now through his kids as well.
Yeah.
That those shoes are selling out.
Yeah, I think putting
That's
Deion
what-
in the conversation now more so because of the resurgence
Right.
is why
even
Deion
when he was
deserves
on
to
the
be in
Complex
conversation.
Sneaker Shopping episode, he said, "Oh yeah, it's Jordan, that's me.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody else."
But
So
it's Deion.
But that's
that
Deion,
guy.
too.
Right,
Deion.
exactly.
Yeah.
He was
But
like-
Deion
I love
also,
Deion,
but he
so
also
yeah.
wore Jordan too. So.
yeah.
So I just think like all of that stuff ties in. Like when you talk about at the time Charles Barkley was Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's were fire and they saw
Right.
the time when Shaq was Shaq, Shaq Gnosis, all them
Iverson and like Reebok
Stupid
Questions.
high top one with the CO2.
like even what was the joints you used to wear? Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
The Worm.
The Instructs.
Like
Come on.
the cross.
How do you remember all this?
'Cause
Come on.
I told
Come
you,
on.
bro, there's,
Come on.
It's
I
a
have-
it's the nostalgia
I
factor.
have
but I
memory.
did.
I have memory
Instruments.
of
Still ain't
not necessarily like
They
you just
ready to
like
go.
us being around each other.
I was
I
so
have
happy
memory
when he
of
came
when
You said what?
I was
we
so
go
happy
play
when he
ball,
came
we
back.
go to
Right.
the center.
This,
Because you gotta remember,
me and him
so,
got the black and white pair off of eBay.
and this was the thing, like to go play at the A Street Center or MLK Center, you had to bring a change of shoes to the gym.
Yeah, you can't
couldn't.
play in what you walk in, then you
Right.
can't play today. They
So-
not letting you.
So
Yeah,
this was
to
back.
the quarter.
This
Yeah.
is back before everybody wearing slides now. Like people would wear a good pair to change into another good pair.
Yep.
Sometimes people they would finesse it. They would have shoes on already, and then they'd be like, "Yo, give me a pair of shoes or whatever." So there were times I can specifically remember being in the gym, and somebody like him, some of the other guys being there, they would have shoes that I didn't. I would have never bought myself, but they look nice. They look fire. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk to the door real quick.
His girl's good.
Nah, that's the only reason I remember, like Worms,
Right.
like his shoes. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then you see somebody with them, it changes it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm still not going to buy them, but it's like, oh, those are nice.
Right.
Right. So I didn't know Dennis Rodman had a Nike.
Right.
I mean, he was Converse at one point. So
That's why I always try to highlight wearing how you wear the sneaker. It don't even matter what sneakers people have sometimes.
That's what I'm telling you at first. Like, that's my memory box for my love for shoes. Sometimes this comes off of seeing another person wear it.
Right.
How they wear it, when they wear it, where they wear it. Like, obviously a big thing for us growing up was the Azalea Festival.
Yeah.
So you come to Bosemans, and for where you live here, Azalea Festival was...
Yeah, but it's been smoke for years.
No,
now.
I get it, but I was just saying, like, it's been that thing. But you go to Bosemans, and sometimes a shoe that has been sitting in the store for months, somebody gonna buy it because they want to be different on the Azalea Festival day to walk from market to wherever else,
Right.
and back.
Walk to the 8th Street.
That was
Center.
always like a huge day. That was another like Christmas day, sales wise.
And Jordan always I don't know
he
if
always drops a shoe
on Azalea Festival weekend.
I don't know if
so
he's
the
still
world
connected to it, but he always drops.
Yeah, so the world. I don't know if the world knows this, but every time it's always a black and red usually, if I'm not mistaken.
Normally it's something here.
Yeah, whatever Jordan is the Jordan at the time, the black and red version came out for Azalea Festival weekend.
Yeah.
So worldwide, of course.
Tradition was that April.
It's usually like first weekend.
April.
It's the 5th and 6th this year.
Normally.
Oh, you locked in.
Well, it's the same days as Dreamville Fest, so I haven't been able to go.
Wait, wait, hold up, time. You going to go Azalea Festival?
No. I'm going to Dreamville
Going
Fest.
to Dreamville.
Yeah.
He just knows the
couch.
stage.
I was about to get up off this couch.
Yeah, no, he's going to Dreamville Fest.
Yeah, we're going to Dreamville.
This is the last one.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is our residential dreamer.
Nah, I think it's
this is our residential dreamer.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, Eli is just as
Yeah,
much
and
a
Eli,
dreamer.
and Eli. Sorry, Eli.
But
I already gave Eli mad tags. I was trying to.
Yeah.
You and me in the mini hats.
So J. Cole drops this shoe. You buying?
Yes.
The Indy 5000.
It don't matter.
Undeniable.
Yes.
It don't matter.
What? I just hope it's affordable, but knowing him, it should be.
It's better than the Pumas.
It should be.
for sure.
It's definitely better than
Definitely
the
better
Pumas.
than the Pumas.
I'm excited.
Would you have been excited if he would have signed the Jordan deal?
I'm excited for Roman
Would you
Reigns
have-
to sign
would
the
you have,
Jordan
would you have
deal.
wanted him to have his own, or would you want him to have PEs of Jordan 1s?
I mean, I'd like to have. I'd like for him to have his own and come out with it.
That's
But-
what he wanted
Sorry.
too.
That's what he wanted.
That's
But
what-
would
That's
you
what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I would want too.
back to the bike life, back to the Don C's. If you don't put his logo on it,
Yeah.
if you don't put Travis Scott logo on that,
Right.
do you buy that shoe?
It depends on the colorway, I think.
No.
Because I still like Jordan. I still like Jordan ones.
Chicago ones, cool.
Right.
Dreamville ones, amazing. Next colorway, without the Dreamville on it, it's just sit right. Let's go collect that.
Yeah,
Put a-
it's not-
you put a-
it's not
depending
the
on
You
same.
let
the
him
design.
put a
Yes.
Charlotte
I mean,
Hornets
that- yeah,
colorway
most of
out. Let them do a Charlotte Hornets colorway with Dreamville on it.
See, and I gotta.
out
Well, yeah,
of here.
that's true.
Take Dreamville off.
So that's kind of one of the
Is
reasons
it?
why, like, I mean,
That's why I really can't hate on like
but that's
if people actually like Travis
Yeah.
and they buying his shoes. Like I get it. Or like if people like Ye so much, then yeah, I understand because I
that's
know
just
Sound like you done met the man.
you met Cole before.
Huh?
You met Cole before? Yeah. Shut up.
No, like we're on the same age, like for real. Yeah. This train was.
Trying to hook it
Nah,
up.
All right, no. I'm
trying-
get y'all
you trying to
feelings.
hook it
No, I haven't. Nah, but
I mean, he live in Raleigh, so
but at the same time, it's like,
we know some of the same people.
yeah,
too.
like his trainer, like
right.
I hoop with him. That's my man's
What's his trainer's name?
Omar.
Omar.
Like you could go meet Cole right now.
Yeah,
He
but
playing.
Cole is at a Lifetime Fitness playing in the local league.
Yeah,
Like,
he plays in the
very-
Parks and Rec League in Cary.
Yeah.
Tell him that.
Yeah.
No, go play. Go sign
pull
up.
up.
I'm
That's
gonna-
it.
He trying to hoop. Yeah,
No,
he'll
that's
pull
what I'm
up.
saying.
Yeah,
he
he
will
trying
play
to hoop.
like that's.
You know,
That's what makes
I hadn't
me-
hooped in a long time, but I might stretch.
Nah, but that's what makes me know like
Sorry.
Cole's fan base
Yeah,
is off the back of who he is as a person.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right,
100%.
riding his bike through New York. Obviously, his cars follow him, but riding his bike through New York, listen to his album, listen to what he mixed up, sitting at St. John's game, supporting Caleb and Cody at State, and then supporting them again. Like it's based
And
off his relationship.
Dennis Smith at State too when he was there.
Yeah.
Right. No, I mean even all the way through.
Right.
He's 910 Fayetteville. Like he's to the world. He's cold to himself.
It's on right now.
He just whatever. So you know what I mean. But it's like what I was saying. It's like for him with the sneaker thing. I don't like the shoe, right? But to support somebody I know for a fact has put the work in, he's just, yes,
Right.
I would buy. But as far as like being honest, no, I don't like it. And it won't be for everybody, but it's gonna do crazy numbers. Just the same way Puma is doing crazy numbers because kids love LaMelo.
Right.
I would never in a million years would have put a pair of Under Armours on. But Steph Curry changed
Exactly.
so much.
I'm still not putting them shoes on.
No, me either. But it's just, you know what I mean? Like,
The only-
we talking about like sneaker culture in a whole. It's really some pivotal people
Right.
that'll
yeah.
make you change your mind. Like Michael Jordan, Iverson, T-Mac, Penny. Now you're talking about an artist. Travis Scott, cool. First time around, all right. But now J. Cole, you're gonna go off to what they call?
Indy 5,000, 500.
It
85,000.
don't
Yeah,
matter.
5,000.
Indie something, right? But it's just like that shoe is now gonna be resold. It's gonna be in resale shops before anybody get their hands on it. Same way with like Jaylen Brown. Like I was telling him, like there's
We actually
like,
got them coming.
yeah, like there's
The Bosemans?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
they
it's
should
gonna
be here
a-
this week actually.
It's gonna be a big shoe, but it's also where it's like Jaylen Brown isn't LeBron.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
What's the
it's a big shoe.
781 mean?
741.
Is it 741?
741 performance. It's
It's something you got going.
yeah.
It has meaning. Like Jaylen Brown's like
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
saying. Yeah, I
different.
know it's
Even
got some
like
kind of meaning.
with him, like people still might not, I guess, give him love because
So-
everybody's on Tatum or everybody
No,
that
but that's
hates
what I'm
Tatum
saying.
or whatever,
That's
so
what
they
I'm
think
saying.
he's the second
So
option. Or,
his shoe is going to be a conversation piece. So what I can tell you is, two of the designers of the shoe worked on the original Jordan 1. The shoe's built off of a Kobe 6.
six.
It's built off of Kobe 6. It feels like a Kobe on foot. I wish I had them in today. I should have.
But even with that, just with different designers going to different brands now. Like times are changing.
right.
Right? So people got to eat. They got their money. Yeah, I'm not loyal to a brand anymore. I'm loyal to me, my family, my needs. So hey, New Balance needs me. Yo, Adidas, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So even what's like Scottie Pippen shoe. I like Scottie Pippen, but it was like Scottie Pippen shoes did great being beside Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
But the thing was, Scotty wasn't even getting paid off like those up tempos
But
or
this-
anything because it wasn't his name.
right.
It was just the shoe that he was
But
wearing.
it's still people started making it Scottie
Right.
Pippen shoe.
Yeah, no,
Well, I
they
was-
Scottie Pippen.
we
to
we
us,
talk
they are
about
Scottie
it.
Pippen.
We
Then you
talk
go to
about
the
it
Pippen
whenever
ones, they didn't do that.
Yeah.
you work in retail. Like somebody comes in and looks at those up tempos, like people refer to those as Pippins.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
y'all got the new Pippins in, and like
They have
even
nothing to do
kids
with it.
or people that were younger than me, like that was working under me, they'd be like, "Yo, what is he? What are they talking about?" And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but that's a generational
right,
pass that I
exactly,
think, yeah.
exactly. So then I had to be like, this is, you know, I had to train him. I'm like, you know, Scottie Pippen is this shoe. Like, I ain't even touch it.
Nah, but that's funny though, because it's like I always think about stuff like that because I just know what works when you hoop in certain shoes for yourself, what it works for other people, but then like based upon who you liked as a player, you used to try to wear the shoe,
Right.
right? But that don't always work.
I
Like
ain't
LeBron,
never-
your favorite player? How many pair of LeBrons do you have?
Not that many.
Okay.
But he's not
That's
my
all I
You
was
should have
saying.
asked
But
me.
he's not my
though.
favorite player.
Yeah, you should have asked me.
Oh, he's your GOAT.
Yeah, Vince Carter's my favorite player of all time.
How many pair of Vince Carter Pumas do you have?
I don't have any of the Pumas. I have one pair of the
Shots.
You don't got the Vince Sanities?
I don't.
That's what I'm saying by like when I'm not knocking you, but I'm
Yeah.
saying like when people have that favorite, they go beyond means to.
I
So would
definitely-
you go back and get the Vince Carter and one?
If I could look at a catalog of everything that he's ever played in and I was able to purchase it, then I would consider each one.
'Cause I
You know
don't
what I'm
think
saying?
people
I wouldn't
remember.
indefinitely buy
Gotcha.
everything, but I would look at.
I don't think people
consider each one.
remember that he hooped the and one.
Yeah, that's what he won in the dunk contest.
Yeah.
And they came back out. They came back out like 2 years ago.
To your point, trying to make one of your favorite players' shoes work,
Yeah.
T-Mac, my dog growing up. Man, I bought a pair of, what it was, Adidas, the T-Mac 5. It had 2 straps.
Yep.
One of the most uncomfortable shoes
It was
I
like
ever
a
put
buckle
on.
strap.
Yeah, buckle strap.
Yeah.
With the hardwood. I said, oh
Yeah, with the hardwood.
I said, oh,
Yeah,
my
the black and red pair was
His best
fire.
shoe was
I
the
still
low
got
top
it. Yeah, they was
joint
fire.
that had the little lines across the.
Yeah.
The toe cap or whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I did have.
I think
a
that
pair.
to me, I think that was his best Adidas.
Yeah,
The T-Mac 3, I think.
I see why he stayed hurt though.
but yeah, they was on sale. Yeah,
Nah, that's just
Whatsoever. That's my man.
That's just
Yeah.
the Adidas curse.
that's just the Adidas basketball curse.
yeah. Either the 2 or the 3 I had.
I can't
got
say
for
that
like
because the
$30.
AE ones are tough.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's hard. Hey,
Here we go.
Chill, it's only two
That's his
years in
sneaker of
though.
the year
What?
last year.
AE one?
That's his sneaker of the year.
Really?
Yeah,
Lowe's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the highs, he keep that shit.
Yeah, the low look better than the high. For
But
sure.
I mean,
It's
I'm
all
not
about
an
wearing what
Adidas
you
guy,
like.
but it's very
It's all
comfortable.
about
too.
wearing what
Nah,
you like.
I'm not a
No,
Adidas guy.
but the shoe comfortable as hell too. So
How do yours stay tied? You have any issues tying them?
But you got the high though.
I do have the high.
I wonder are the laces any different?
Same laces.
No, it's
Same laces.
No.
Okay, because I mean we had issues tying them. Like I'm telling you, within
Staying tied?
Yeah, within a pickup game, I had to tie my shoes like 10 times. Like they going back down the court.
That's why we
because I
got
have
you.
to
I'm
keep
like,
having to tie my
Think
shoes.
about it.
he
Yeah.
learned a good tie methods.
Man, I didn't try tying in reverse. I tried wrapping the laces around my ankle. I
Old school,
tucked them in.
double
I
knot.
did as much as I possibly
Double
could.
knot.
It didn't
Yeah,
matter.
I never.
I ain't never really had a problem tying my shoes like any brand.
Did you do the? Well, I don't know if we trying to go on like a tie-in tour, but you tie a regular bow and then take just that part and then not that part. But
I mean, I'll
only-
try it again. Like I said, I got the shoes. I ain't going nowhere, so I'll try it again.
That's an 80s baby. Yes.
Yeah. I'm
But
just,
the ears didn't fold.
I don't know how many different
Yeah.
ways you can try that one.
But I mean, talking about lacing shoes, it's like so many different shoes that probably just I don't know. Now I'm gonna think about it because I'm not an Adidas person, so I didn't wear them a lot. Like I mean, like Andre Miller used to tie his laces around his ankles.
Mm-hmm.
I tried
He's
it.
one of the fastest dudes I ever seen. I'm like, yo, how are you? Like your circulation cut off his ankle. But like DeMar DeRozan, he probably
He don't even
He
barely
doesn't.
tie shoes.
No, he doesn't.
I don't even think that is considered
doesn't.
tying your shoe.
Yeah.
What he got going on. So,
Dude was straight.
I think he wear his shoes to fit his foot perfect too. Like I don't think it's no
yeah,
room
but
in them.
still, you think about you play a lot of basketball. It's perfect as fit. Even a pair
No,
of
no,
two-
I'm still tying my
you probably even played a pair of too small shoes.
Yeah, that was the
You wouldn't be
vibe.
able- yeah, you wouldn't be
I
able
didn't
to
want
do
my
that.
foot to slide around. Like I wanted my foot to feel like
Okay.
in the shoes the same thing. So I would get my shoes to fit perfect.
Himself tying his shoes a lot. Anthony Edwards. I haven't seen him.
Well, and it's just the issue that I
Yeah,
I
he
had,
mentioned it, but
and
yeah, I was saying I
Jeremiah
was
said he
tired.
shared it a little bit,
Right.
but I was trying to do a review on it because I was very skeptical of it at first, just because we're pretty opposite sides of the spectrum on the shoe. It was good. It was a little heavy for me because I'm lighter.
And these are the highs.
This is the high,
Yeah.
and they just wouldn't stay tied. But other than that, the shoe was great.
Yeah, and don't even wear the high.
Well,
He don't even wear the high.
Yeah, I doubt he'll go do a high and a low again. I think that's
Only
why
gotta
Jordan
do
Brand was doing it. I don't know if you guys noticed it. At one point in time, they were putting out like a mid and a low at the same time on some of their shoes because a kid, if you play in low tops, you're not going to start the season in a high.
Boseman was the first store I seen carrying like I remember it was like the Jordan 21 or 22 or something. It was one of the weird ones, but it was like a 3/4 quarter version of it. Like it was a real unusual version of the shoe.
Yeah.
I ended up buying them. It was a good hoop shoe, but
But I mean, even now, like with Adidas, yes, Anthony Edwards, I feel is carrying them because Dame's shoe isn't that great.
no, Dame shoe was trash.
Even I was telling him the kids down in the overtime elite league, what's the team? Fear of God.
Fear God.
I get it, but he has to keep creating. But I'm like, I would never play in those shoes.
I wouldn't play them. I would.
You
I
know
would
what I
own
mean?
them.
They look like an
They
ankle.
like the old equipment
yes.
look. Remember
Yeah.
those, right? So it's like,
And like Harden's shoe doesn't do very well for Adidas.
The new one is pretty popular.
new
No,
one is good.
the eight
The
is.
one.
You gotta watch March Madness.
Okay.
March Madness will tell you what's really popular.
Especially for the Adidas schools. That
Yeah, for the Adidas schools, watch March Madness.
They've been trying to force all the fear of God on the Adidas schools though.
One of the schools just
Jerseys
backed
and
out of
stuff.
it.
Indiana.
which is stupid.
Yeah.
Well, now
Kansas. One of the schools said no because of his
Indiana.
affiliation with
Indiana.
Kanye.
But
Yeah.
that the guy was saying that they're
No, they're trying to
Contract.
leave.
They're
Yeah,
trying
they're
to
trying to
go
leave and go to Nike. But
So-
that initial reasoning behind it is dumb because Kanye ain't been with him in.
Yeah, they not even cool.
Oh yeah, the reason.
Yeah, they not even cool.
Like, don't use that.
Yeah, nah.
Just say you done with Adidas.
Right.
Like, that's.
They found a loophole.
Because
or,
I'm sure they still played in Adidas that day. It's just they didn't play in
They
Fear of
didn't play in
God.
the Fear of
you know?
God.
And so it's like a
And I think it
being
was
standoff
even-
or nothing.
I think it was even just the uniform. It wasn't even the shoes.
Yeah, it was a uniform too.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Kansas, Indiana, Miami.
I think the most bully move I've ever seen college-wise getting out of was my man who actually hooped at UNCW, UCLA. Getting out, he bullied his way out of that one.
Well, I want to say another bully move is Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper.
Well, that's
They at
that
Adidas
goes-
school and they wearing Kobe.
That
Yeah.
goes back to times are different, man.
Yeah.
The brand is you're a Nike athlete.
Yeah,
That's a bully move.
but we knew that was going to be the issue when they were saying with NILs, when you were able to sign with the brands.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to become an issue.
But it's also we talk about it, it's still tricky because what's the girl name at TCU that just transferred
you
from
talking about-
Haley.
right?
Haley
Van
Van.
She's Adidas, but she's been wearing Nike. And there's a few other kids that are signed.
And,
That's like Cooper.
Yeah, New Balance.
Could be in.
but you got to understand some of these elite
Yeah, he
schools
wear Nikes, but he
aren't
New
going to
Balance.
allow him.
Yeah.
Go
So-
watch him walk to class every day though.
He got a New Balance.
All
So
day,
the
every day.
thing with Rutgers, next year they're going to be Nike.
Yeah, Rutgers Nike next year.
So it's the power of the brands forever now.
Right.
With the athletes, it's all the way through like school choice.
Right.
Like I'll never forget one of my visits. I wish they would have stood on that offer going into Oregon.
That'd have been crazy.
Bro.
That sound like it's perfect for your life.
But it's
perfect
also it
alignment.
was like I was looking at some of the guys' lockers. I'm like, oh, you just. It goes back to how the kids treat things now.
Right.
You flooded with so much.
Right.
Where it's like, yo, these are comfortable. This is what's getting me playing time. All this over here, cool.
Right.
You want them? I'm a broke college kid here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So once the guys start getting in trouble, the football guys especially, once they start getting in trouble, I feel like that's when those discussions start being had of like, yo, let's just let these kids make money.
But
You know what I
also
mean?
too though, you got to go. So that equipment is the property of the state.
Yep.
So
Yep.
because the school buys the stuff from it, their budget comes from that. That's why they're getting in trouble with it. Like Chapel Hill, a lot of their retros, they write your name on it, and you check them out.
Right.
So I know at Chapel Hill before Belichick, I don't know what's going to change. You can check out a pair of whatever retros. If you win, you kept them through the weekend, turn them back in Monday. If you lose the game, turn them back in right after the game.
There was
That's
a
crazy.
PE4 that came through the resale store that I was working at.
Yeah.
I can show you
I
the
was
video
about to say,
afterwards.
don't snitch.
But I'm
No,
not
I'm messing with you.
But it didn't have his name, but it had the number, his
Uh-huh.
jersey number on the inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I just happened to go through the roster, and I was like, obviously it was somebody that was bottom tier,
Low.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I was like, okay. And so the reseller that brought him to the store was like, yeah, I just left Chapel Hill. Like I literally just bought them. He bought them in Chapel Hill, came back to High Point, Greensboro area. On the way back from Chapel Hill, he already found somebody and had them sold on the way back from Chapel Hill already.
Yeah.
So that kind of even ties into with the friends and family. It's like, it's a forever
Nah,
thing. Like, it's so many pairs
My
of shoes
homeboy is
I
cool
give
with
up.
every, I ain't gonna say his name, he's cool with every Jordan brand football team's equipment manager. And right now you could go, I can hit him right now if I need Florida, Oklahoma, Michigan, Chapel Hill, any of their Jordan PE cleats, I can get them right now.
So
Crazy.
it's not that I have an issue with what they're doing. I think it should be sanctioned, and just rules enforced here and there.
Yeah.
I just know if I was on a friends and family list from Nike, and I put all of you on there in this room, which would be including their girlfriends,
Yeah.
like they can't sell them. Your bond to me is that she can't sell those shoes. if you give them to your son, I expect you to enforce your son not to sell these shoes.
But guess what?
That is not going to work, though.
But not see, but what I'm telling you is that
sell them at school.
I know
Well, you
what
even
you
know
mean.
about it.
our friendship is
How you
now
gonna stop that?
hinging on this fact because of how much it means to
with
me.
you on
Right.
that, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying as far as
You would come at
how
home with
it
some
ends up
Crocs
happening,
on. You'd be like,
What you talking about? You talking again? We
too
talking
many
about,
layers of separation.
and we talking about this microwave success thing.
yeah, and you're not
Bro,
going to
you know I got
micromanage
these
that.
joints that man,
Yeah.
ain't nobody else got them.
You would have to literally micromanage that yourself. You would have to chase these things down.
Which I
Like,
think you know that I'm okay with that. And because of how much it means to me, I would rather keep
So
the.
if
You just
saw-
would cut me off the list.
yeah,
if-
no, only hypothetically.
Yeah, like
am I entertaining
you're
this?
done going forward.
If
Yeah.
you so
Hold on.
popping that you got shoes like that, you do not have time for what
Yeah, I
you're
was just
saying.
about to say. is
And
there
I'm thinking realistically.
Right, I was about to
If
say,
you
if
get
you
to that
are
point,
able to get friends and family of a shoe, you are sitting at
you ain't-
whatever event, podcast,
Resort.
Too much.
Grammys.
working on your next release.
Yeah, you or not even if you're not a shoe person, right? You're what's his name, Wahlberg or
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, he
filming
got
in Dubai or
Wahlberg. Yeah, he
something.
doing movies. He got restaurants.
So
he
you
got
hit your-
PEs.
you
He
hit
got
your
actual
assistant,
Jordans.
Like this is literally like kind of how it works. You hit your assistant to give the list to whoever over Nike Jordan to seed all of us that shoe, right?
Yeah.
You got to market
So
it
cool.
too.
He's told you, I need something for my man, I need something for my son. He's told you, I need something for my manager, or whatever. I'm telling you, I need a pair for my teammate. Then he's got somebody else he wants to give them to. You like, no, these are only for y'all. Okay, cool. Guess what? I don't really care for them because I'm probably coming to meet you in Dubai and do this and do that. So when they arrive, my little cousin's at the house.
Yeah.
Guess what he's going to do when that box comes in and he
Before
doesn't
he
wear that
even
size?
get back.
No, he don't even wear that size.
I'm gone.
Oh, you got those? What? Gone.
Flip.
So now that shoe is in Portland, Oregon,
Yeah.
at a resale spot or the LA, whatever. You get back, you're dead tired. You got a house in Miami, you relaxing, your movie about to release, you got to do these appearances, you at this radio, this podcast, and you finally look online and a shoe you gave clearance to your assistant to get for your boys is being sold for $50,000 and is sitting in a glass case. Are you at that moment getting on a plane?
No. See, here's I'm gonna call somebody though.
Let me get up.
But you're calling somebody for one pair of shoes that you kind of like, man, whatever.
Or does that tell you that you created some dope shit?
Yes.
There's so many factors.
So many factors.
Which I hope I would agree with. I hope the design is fire. I would just, first of all, I would limit my friends and family to start. You know what I'm saying? It's going out to 10 people. Maybe the next one go out to 20 people. You know, but once we get a leak,
it's tough.
you know that's when I don't know. I don't know how I would handle it because I'm not in a situation. But
it's like the rap music.
But it's only to say, see how it happens though, like
But
how
you
it can
never
easily.
are going.
Yeah, because it's so many moving
We've
parts. I'm
we've
saying.
talked about it. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
tough.
Lord
Yeah.
willing, I get my collab.
It's tough. You don't know which names you really want to put on it
Yeah.
initially to start with.
Yeah.
And one thing that these brands do is sometimes, especially now,
They take it out your hands anyway.
They already know who you want to seed or whatever, and they'll before it get clearance from you, they'll send me a pair.
yeah.
So here I am. I might wear mine. So now when he get his, he see what everybody went crazy over. He's like,
Like, I
I
remember
got some bills to pay.
I remember when the 218 lows came out. He hadn't seen the final before somebody else posted them online.
You said which shoe?
The 218 2 lows.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a
Burn Rubber and 218 in
it's,
Detroit.
it's
He
tough.
hadn't seen it before it hit online.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's kind of, and I'm even saying it from a place of like, whenever I was like given shoes and like back, I was wearing pro models in any and every color.
That's hoop shoes.
Yeah.
That pro model?
Yeah, that's
It's one of the best hoop shoes ever.
Like I was,
No,
wearing,
I
went to
hold them. I bought a pair from Boseman.
Yeah, but it's like my school is black.
I bought a
and
pair
orange,
from
and I'm
Boseman,
wearing
man, long ago.
Green pro models, red pro models. people started seeing me wear these pro models, and it was like, oh, I want pro models. So I knew I was just getting them because of the guy I was affiliated with. Sometimes I would have a box at the house, and my boy would come, boom. When I come back home that next summer, or if I go and come back the next week sometimes, I'm like, I didn't give those to this guy. I don't even know him.
Yeah.
What the hell? But I recognize, if I see the stitching on the side on top of that stripe with my number and the team, I know those are mine.
Right.
But at that point, I don't I can't care that much because it's like, yo, it is what it is. And then my mind always goes to, if you are who you are, you know you're going to try to continue to get more and you got other things going on. It's gonna be like, damn.
Like, imagine all of the LeBron PE Adidas stuff that's
like that's
everywhere.
St. Vincent, St. Mary. Like, it's a lot of things. I mean, what was that joint I had?
Like, I tried
the Gary Payton, the, like, Clear Hill, whatever. I had.
I tried my best to steal Rajon Rondo's joints.
Yeah.
The 18.
Yeah.
At the Glaxo from Oak Hill, the Oak Hill at the Glaxo in Raleigh. I was so close to that locker room.
But that's what I was just about to say. Like, there was a pair of Paytons I remember. I forget who that team I was playing for or whatever. There was a guy that took them from me. I went out and warmed up in a different pair of shoes or whatever, and I came back, my shoes was gone.
I'd have been losing my mind.
And so it had probably been a good 10 years past. I saw them on eBay, size 13. I was like,
that's crazy.
I was like, did that shoe come out? I'm like, I don't think so. I think that was like specific for that All-Star game and whatever. I was like, didn't. And I looked at the price. I became you. I was hot. But it was just the fact of like, what can you do about it?
At that point, definitely nothing, because you don't even know who.
Right. And then, like you're saying, with the friends and family, eventually you're never going to know who.
If the list gets too long, I definitely agree. You won't know who.
Well, by the time, to be honest with you, the list is already going to be long.
Yeah.
The brands already got their seating.
Because they want you to give to certain people so they can write the note.
Well, what I also probably have to understand is that it's not just my friends and family. It's also like whoever helped me design it, their friends and family, and other people at Nike friends and family. I'm not going to be able to control that part.
Yeah, that's for real. That's another 100 pairs that ain't even got nothing to do with you.
Your Fat Joes of the people, your Mayors of the people, your 2Js, your Castanets, your Duke Guinnesses, like all of them are gonna have
I'll
to
give them to a robot.
I'll put this out now.
Robot is crazy.
That if any of them, like, I'm gonna tell my friends not to sell it.
I'm
just gonna tell it now. You know what I'm saying?
I would never sell your shoes.
Thank you, Rich.
I wouldn't sell yours either. I would keep both of y'all shoes. You
I appreciate it.
I sell my shoes.
I sell my shoes. Yeah, facts. Now, if you give me 2 pair, one of them might have to.
Realistically, right now, if you were able to get a Soul Sanity collab with any brand, Asics, as much as you
gotta take the.
So
ASIC
I don't hate Asics. I hate the people that are wearing Asics.
Okay,
right now.
cool.
But yeah,
that's even
so
better.
I would take it.
That's even better.
So the check is clear.
Yeah.
You are going to enjoy seeing any and everybody with that.
Correct.
Friends and family.
And seeing it going for resale. I think it'll hit a little bit. No?
Nah, I'm not.
Yeah, that's where that disconnect for some people is.
If I get a collab, knock on wood, I'm gonna be pissed if I see them in resale shops.
It's gonna happen though.
It is.
It's gonna happen though.
But
some
the
people
thing,
is like that though.
Yeah.
It's like,
A pair gonna make it uncommon, bro. I'm telling you. The same day.
but see, of course.
Same.
But see, like for my thing is to the nostalgic factor. It's just the storytelling part. It's this, it's that.
Yeah.
So like my shoe is like, he's seen some of the designs that I've sent in. It's for the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you showed me some stuff on the phone.
Yeah, don't tell nobody else.
I ain't gonna say that.
but it's like it's a lot of that stuff that just always ties back to what
Yeah.
we originally were talking about, like the storytelling, the experiences. Like if you know for a fact you used to be this super sneakerhead that's set in 30-degree weather, you ended up somehow collaborating with any brand to get any kind of shoe, your brand and theirs next to it. You're gonna be so excited you might go hand deliver.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask less questions
Like
at that
Nigel,
point.
yeah.
For
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where
Bro,
like
like the
Nigel
Knicks
is
game.
at this point. Like he's doing all the BMX parks around
Yeah.
New York. Like my neighbor, I was telling you, my neighbor had those the pine green. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? But he got 2 pair, and he skateboards. Like
That's
the
fire.
purpose of the shoe.
Yeah.
So he did exactly what needed to be done for the shoe, and because of that, he still had another pair. I didn't know it, but he kept wearing the shoe, like in appreciation of I got my pair early. It was like it had to be like 3 months before.
It was like 3 months before.
So it only just made news of when it actually was dropping. You got guys all around New York City skating, riding bikes in them, and then there's somebody that isn't a sneakerhead with supreme appreciation for the shoe, but also knowing the value of what it was going to be because he had 2 pair. And then he went and supported, and he said he wanted to try to buy another pair, which he didn't get. But
That wasn't his fault, though.
not his fault.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
also where it's like there's like hearing you say that. Well, he said it for you, but like micromanaging and all that, I think it gets to a point where you're going to be so proud of what you've done that you're probably going to go and take the picture of your shoe at the top shelf in Flight Club.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing that.
Yeah.
I'm taking picture and time.
I'm gonna say, hey,
Yeah.
let me in here.
Wait,
You know the glass
Yeah.
box in there? I'm gonna say,
Right.
hey, yo, let me in here real quick. Who are you? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick this shoe up.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to buy that? No, all right, that's mine.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
already
gonna be
got it.
like, wait, what? So now that shoe probably gains even more value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now people know it's in a resale spot, and then now that's on you. Like how he said, he doesn't want to see it because he knows the work he put into it, how long it took to actually happen. Like this, at least 5 years. Of, you got 3 designs you know?
And with
3,
variations.
you know what I mean? So if you talk about it's 2035 before they finally say, all right, we're gonna okay it. That means
Said I'd be on retired.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
not-
even care no
it's,
more.
It's like it's gonna mean that much more. You know what I'm saying? So the non-microwave moments are the ones that you just don't even care. Like because by that time you probably collab and done hats, shirts, art galleries, like all these things around the actual shoe.
I got a question for you.
So
What's up?
So whenever you said earlier when you was part-time, like working at Bosemans or whatever, when you was part-time, did you ever think you was going to be where you are now, where you got iterations of collabs possibly coming?
nope. I answer for
Did you think he was going to own the store?
him. Nope.
So
Because
what?
I think
I
all
was
of this is
getting ready- I was
crazy.
getting ready to move. Like,
yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say, what was
I had to get it. Like my lawyer hit me and she was like, "What's going on with the store?" And I'm like, "I don't know." My other homeboy hit me. He was like, "Yo, the store for rent." I'm like, what the hell going on? I'm working it.
Right.
Nobody knew. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I started panicking. Man, I got 2 kids, man. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? So I sent an email to one of my reps, a couple of my reps, and one of the dudes. Actually, I was gonna go be a buyer for City Gear Hibbits. And when I was like,
You gonna move to Alabama?
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I was almost like getting ready to be out. And then I was like, I think I hit you.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, it was like 11 that night. I emailed the owner and I was like, yo, I ain't got no money, but we can figure this thing out. Can I get the store? And then the pandemic hit. And it was perfect, but it was bad.
Right.
Because pandemic hit, lose paperwork in between. So some of the brands that I had lined up didn't come through, and then those people quit and went elsewhere. But it was perfect because it gave me a little bit more time to find a spot to go to. Because actually, we were going to be out of New Center that February.
Right.
So luckily, I stayed in. We reopened, and it gave me a little bit more time to move, over to Wrightsville. But nah, I didn't. I wanted to, but after talking to some people, I found out it was damn near impossible, right, to just get the account.
Right.
But it was
And
just perfect.
that's
time.
what I've heard, like, just like the little research that I've done of like, if you own a retail store, like, trying to get your foot in the door is the biggest thing more than anything. Like, to get your foot in the door and get the contract.
I'm gonna probably put too much info out. He's being kind of modest in it,
Right.
in the sense of during that time, like once again, just being on the phone with him not really thinking of owning the store. Because of the history of Bosemans, it became a better transition. When you're talking about when everything is shut down,
Right.
can't get no new account, can't order whatever, and there was only essential stores open. Brands wasn't redoing deals, doing new deals.
Right.
They were actually closing more accounts than
You know what I
opening.
mean? So, off the back of him working as hard as he was as just a store manager, the owner didn't just give. He knew
Right.
who he was giving it
Yeah,
to.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Right, for sure.
Because at the time, he was the one getting on the plane, going to Vegas,
Yeah.
coming up to New
Yeah.
York,
Yeah,
Right.
I
going down to
so
Miami.
I had a somewhat of a decent face with some higher ups
Right.
at Nike, so that made the transition.
Humble.
Without Nike and Jordan, I would have never did it.
So
Like,
did you do it out of like, you knew what, when you was the part-timer, you loved sneakers and like Bosemans and what it meant to Wilmington whenever you was like,
I'll be honest with you, when I started there, I didn't know what Bosemans meant
Right.
to women, because I'm from Raleigh originally.
Yeah, for sure.
So like learning over time,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
but-
did you think like learning that over time, you was like, I think this is what the city needs to have around still?
Yeah, but we was also in like a transitional period.
Right.
Because, you know, we came from team sales. Like, we was sporting goods still.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I helped.
Bats,
Yeah.
lacrosse sticks.
I actually helped.
Which is what Hibbett
Soccer
was
balls.
when I first started at
Yeah.
Hibbett. That's what it was sporting
So-
goods that just got Jordan releases.
I helped.
Everybody go to Bosemans and order your team shoes.
Yeah, I actually helped him rebrand, like the old owner, and that was
Right.
kind of the start of it.
Right.
But then you would hear people be like, yo, they sometimes not saying, yo, we about to go see Mike. They're not saying we going to Bosemans, yo, we going to see Mike.
Right.
So that's why the transition became a little bit easier. But I think once we kind of knew it, some of the stuff that I started implementing, it was like, yo, this is how I want to do it over here or at my spot. Keep the same lane. If we all go buy Toyota tomorrow, we're not changing the name.
Yeah.
It's been around forever.
You had things.
You
that
are being
obviously-
modest though. You saved the sneaker store though. Like we wouldn't.
why
there wouldn't be a replacement.
And
Yeah,
you-
no,
you
it
really
wouldn't.
saved.
It
from
wouldn't
the
have
time
been.
you was
Yeah.
part-time the store manager, there was probably things in your mind that like, okay, if I was to own my own store, this is what I would
So
want to do.
when I was part-time, before I even became a key carrier, I guess because the owner saw some of the knowledge that I had of sneakers,
Right.
I would go to some of the buyer meetings.
Okay.
So at this time, we were doing our meetings in like Dunn, North Carolina, at like a random hotel.
Right.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but we go sit in the room and I'm like, oh, dang. So I'm seeing nostalgic factors, yo, the phone posits. I'm seeing everything early. And then from Dunn, we started meeting with one of my mentors who's actually still with Nike. He moved the meetings to Raleigh. And so, like, I waited for the owner one time. I was trying to be sneaky because it was me, the owner, and the store manager at the time. They went to the bathroom, so I doubled back. Yo, let me get your card real quick. You know, like, I don't know if he's willing to change at this time.
Right.
But if I could get my money together, could I get an account? He was like, no. He told me straight up. He was like, well, here my card.
Yeah.
Text me, let's talk. So that's how he really became one of my mentors. So shouts out to Joe. And from that point on, Joe was challenging the store at that time to go in a different
go in a
direction.
different way.
So that's when Prestos was starting to make a crazy
Yeah.
comeback, then the Roshu runs. So that this running era that we're in now, Joe was like, this is going to be the wave. Joe came from apparel. So he's like, Dave thought he was trying to shut us down. He was like, nah, we know what's working for us,
Right.
which is why I say we'll take that chance sometimes, is because I'll look back and listen to somebody like Joe, like, yo, no, this is, when the Vomeros came back out, I remembered the shoe, but he was like, yo, we seeded these to a bunch of people at Art Basel. It's it.
Yeah.
Can't keep them on the shelf.
But he like, I'm saying he's being modest, but it's just, my mind is now going back to that exact time before he took over the store. And even down to like the actual in-depth details, like the financials, logistics, blah, 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 of him explaining it to me as just a person that loved Bosemans
Right.
and a sneaker lover. It's like, dang, that's a lot, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, just to take over a sneaker store, that's all, like, wow. So it was conversations about, like, the investment side, to get this, the loan, like, it's like, yo, do everybody have to go through this?
Right.
And I'm like, yo, if that's the case, don't turn this down, because this is a time where nobody can get anything. Figure out everything on the fly on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's-
Figure it out.
Yeah, on the backside of it, I ain't know nothing about owning no business.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
Right.
I know how to sell shoes. I know how to create an experience. I know how to create a spot where you can come sit down and talk for a couple of hours.
Yeah, you a DJ. That's all you do is create an experience.
Yeah, that part too. You know, I still do radio too.
Yeah.
Like to this day. So yeah, I figured like, yo, let me blend what I do well together.
Right.
And
it probably was crazy at the time, but it makes sense.
You want to own the store? Would
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Straight.
Let's go.
A resale shop or a store? Or either one?
Either one.
Open-minded. So.
Really? I mean, so like my dream would be like, so like I grew up like a skater kid. So like I would want to be like more like vintage, like skater clothing-ish, like
Right.
more like Supreme Stussy, like the stuff that I'm into, Supreme Stussy, but then also have like still have like Jordans, like used, you know, stuff
Right.
like that. But yeah, stuff like that.
That's fine.
Right here.
Yeah, y'all been to 17? You been to?
Not yet.
Yeah, it's a skate store, 17th
Exactly
Street.
what he's explaining is what that store is.
What you call it? Clearwater ain't there no more, right?
no, it's still back there.
But they ain't got.
I don't think
They don't have.
Yeah,
So
they don't have
there's
the
only
accounts, right?
one Nike.
Yeah, they used to have SB Dunks. It was a store
There's only one
specifically
SB account
that had
in
SB
town.
Dunks
Pink box.
at the beach.
Yeah. No, they lost it. There's only one now.
No, I know they don't have.
There's permanent vacation on one left.
Permanent vacation.
Yeah,
The
just
only one
permanent
that has an
vacation,
SB account.
You used to be able to drive to the beach and get pink boxes at one point.
Yeah, but on sale. Yeah, it might not even be full
Sweetwater.
price. Might be
$49.
$70.
Sweetwater?
See, like I
Yeah,
grew up,
is it
I grew
Sweetwater?
up wearing
Sweetwater?
like
It's Sweetwater.
It was clear.
Clearwater?
It's either Clearwater or Sweetwater. I used to always confuse.
I know. I got my Pee Wee Herman dunks there. I got the Rick and Morty's there. The Dr. Evil joints.
The Mork and Mindy.
I'm at the Mork and Mindy's. Yeah.
Ricky Morty. I'm about to say it's a Rick and Morty.
I'm about to say
Yeah, the Mork and
Damn,
Mindy.
that shit
Mork and
all
Mindy.
But see, like when
Fire.
I was growing up, like my pops didn't want to spend money on SBs. Like I grew up like
Well,
going to,
so
yeah.
this
yeah.
is my freshman year at UNCW.
Right.
Yeah, they was on
And this
sale.
was like this was just a random. We
They
down
had the
at
Clubber
Rice-
Lane, the mid. The Clubber Lanes was like $70.
I was skating in Janowski's and
Yeah, I won't do no skating.
some
Right? Just needed them dunks to wear.
It was just comfortable.
Yeah.
My
comfortable.
mom had bought me some like Air Max LTD 3s or something. I was skating in those.
Jesus.
Like,
I used to
such a
sell the hell out of it.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, even I had no idea about SBs until I met Dave Mirra, and I was like, "Who's this?" You know, BMX rider. Then he was
Yeah.
doing stuff in the parking lot of Bosemans.
Bosemans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used to have some
Big
crazy
ramps.
stuff.
And I'm like,
at the
"Who's this
old
dude?" But it was like something for the town to do.
Right.
Come to find out, he one of the best BMX in
BMX,
the world.
yeah.
And he was
Dave
friends
Mirra
with
was that
surfers and
guy,
skaters,
man.
You know what I mean? So
Like Tony Hawk, if I'm not mistaken, shopped at Bosemans when he used to come down here and skate. Jordan almost lost in the 2-on-2. We used to do a 2-on-2 basketball tournament in the parking lot. Jordan almost got him and what's my man name? They did a mid for him. He played at Lightning, so that was the guy that they say he got cut for. Kilgore,
whatever
something.
his name is.
So them
Kilroy?
two,
Yes.
Kilroy?
Kilroy.
yeah,
What's his
Johnny?
name?
Johnny? The
Johnny
shoe was
Kilroy.
a Johnny,
Johnny
Kilroy.
Kilroy?
Yeah.
Johnny Kilroy.
Yeah, the shoe was a Johnny Kilroy.
This true.
So the guy that he supposedly got cut for,
Right.
Hold up, before you get started, just you probably don't even know. Kilroy was good, bro. I think went to Wake Forest.
Yeah, no, he
could play.
yeah he could really
so the
hoop.
story, yeah, Michael's the greatest dog,
Yeah.
but like the dude that he got cut for wasn't just no,
He wasn't no slouch.
Right.
just another freshman. that
And
was
at the
cut.
time, Mike wasn't even.
yeah,
you know,
He hadn't even hit
freshman
his, he hadn't hit his
so-
growth spurt.
Right.
Yeah.
But so and you know, God rest his soul, Pop, that coached Jordan then used to come to the old store and tell Dave and his dad, the old owners, I got the next greatest basketball player. Everybody looked at him like he was crazy. They was like, yeah, whatever. You know, during this time frame. So
Sure.
you're talking about high school era. They're like, man, whatever. And he was like, no, I'm telling you, I have the next greatest basketball player to play the game. And he used to tell him that. And now
crazy.
look, yeah. And I think Mike delivered Bosemans the account. Like, we were one of the first stores. Somebody sent it to me not too long ago, one of our ads back in the paper with the Jordan ones being on sale. Like the first original ones, we had an ad,
That's
black
so
and white
fire.
ad in the paper. Yeah, $69.99. So when we got the, yeah, you are. when we got the reimagined ones, the vintage look ones,
Right.
I actually took one of our old receipts and made that the T-shirt. So it was the $69.99, the actual date that we sold them. So that was the print out on the T-shirt. So that was, I mean, it's been crazy, like some of the stuff that we can tie back to.
Yeah. Just
Especially when it
like
comes
just
to-
whole full circle moments.
I mean, there used to be an actual Jordan store
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been Flight 23.
Yeah, they ain't last long.
at all.
I don't even think it was here a year.
Well,
That's because everybody was stealing out
I'm
of
about
that.
to say. You gotta be careful who, back to you, the friends and family, be careful who you leave in charge of your store.
Yeah.
So,
And it was a test store too. That he was testing those higher prices.
Yeah.
I want to own a store as well, and I would just probably never, ever, ever not be the manager until I could not do it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, until you
You
find
say
somebody
that-
you think you can
you say
genuinely
that now.
trust.
why do you think he said he would be retired soon?
Well,
You say that now, bro.
It's tough.
he did say
man.
about 2035. That's 10 years, but still,
I will.
as long as I
I
could
hope
do
my
it,
kids
I
take
would.
over by then.
Right.
And I feel like family, especially kid, is
Yeah.
as close as you can get. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but I would do my best not to ever like have to hire a manager.
Nah,
You
if
have
you so like then that means you would have a buyer. That means that you're not going to these meetings. That
Well,
means
the
you're not traveling to go do a podcast.
Because I think what happens is your love for the shoe decreases a little bit when you start figuring out the real business in the shoes.
Yeah.
So like I said, sitting in on some of the meetings and then going to a few meetings with him, I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's
a lot.
a business first.
Yeah.
We're looking at J's, Nikes, New Balances. We're looking at this product. But for this product to get moved, it has certain things behind it that has to happen. Invoices that got to be paid, clientele to keep, customer base, right? So
And staff to keep.
So if you're dealing with, like I sat in here with him yesterday, at least 10 phone calls in probably like 5 minutes. Hey, yo, y'all got this, y'all got that. Hey, yo, y'all got this, y'all got that. And he's like, yo, I'm probably about to get this AI and get an automatic answer.
Yeah, I'm about to get an automatic answering system.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think as far as owning something, and I mean, you already are an owner of a brand, it's a lot for just one person to really control.
You gotta have a team.
Yeah.
And then you need those days. Like I got a staff that be like, yo, stay home today. I'm sick as a dog top part of the year. And I'm like, I'm trying to come in. It was like, yo, I walked in one day, it's like, yo, go home.
But
We got it.
You want to own sneaker apparel?
So it would be like extra butter, like or something like that. You know, I would be able to sell my stuff there, but I would also have accounts to be able to sell, but not like a boutique, but not a resale boutique. You know what I'm saying? So,
You ever
That's
thought
all-
about it?
Yeah. That's also kind of off the back of like what we were saying too, where the sneaker culture has to kind of get back to its real purpose, its real. Because like even stores like that, obviously it has its online presence and things like that. But when you actually go to the physical stores, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love extra butter.
Yeah.
But the store isn't.
I mean,
And it's a dope design, it's a
Yeah.
dope setup, but their stuff outside of the store is so much bigger than just the store.
exactly.
It's like it's just
they do a
stores
lot
like
of
that.
they do a lot of community
Nope.
stuff. Like obviously the theme of extra butter is like movie theme and stuff. So they got the old theater movie seats in the middle of the store. In the other location they have like a little mini movie theater thing. So they have two locations, but it's like they have to create those experiences for people to want to shoes or whatever. And then it's sometimes shoes that's already on sale. And because the guy knows he's gonna get so many, he'll invite all of us to do a dinner or whatever here, put them on, post them, so people will come buy them. So he'll take the loss, quote unquote, this for us, and then,
to create the experience.
you know what I mean? So
And the hype.
you're doing the brand's work in a sense.
Mike and I had a conversation about like just stores and brands in general. It was a long time ago. You probably don't remember. I can't remember if it was the first or second location, but I mean it's been at least it's probably 2019, probably like 6 years. I was picking up some shoes from Face or something.
Yeah,
sometimes.
always.
I got some shoes from Face in the car because that dude just don't stop.
Always.
So.
His wife gonna kick him out.
Over sneakers.
Yeah. I told him I got a couch for him.
You see the like little beans where somebody go get supposed to go get groceries. They go to buy sneakers.
Yeah, come back.
They put the sneakers in the grocery bag. They wipe them safe.
Right.
Yeah. So but that's it's a goal to have, yes, but just like always keep that back of your mind as far as like the actual business behind it. Location matters. Customer base,
and knowing the plans, like the location, know what your 5 to 7 year plan is.
Like he has customers that don't, he got customers that are cash only. So you're talking about where we're in a business world where it's card only. Some of the people that's keeping the door open, they like, nah, I don't have an email, I don't have a credit card, debit card.
It's cash.
Like, no, I'm telling you, sign up for this loyalty.
Nah. I don't even be on the internet like that.
Yeah,
that
sounds so crazy.
I ain't got Facebook, I ain't got Twitter, I ain't got nothing, man.
Or they might only have Facebook and they don't got nothing else.
Nah,
And they don't need
So we've created that.
Yeah.
We've created that person that, dog, this is the only thing I follow. It is the store,
Right.
but then it's still like, yo, do this raffle, bro. I'm not doing no raffle.
No raffle.
Like, it's too much. I ain't got no email, really.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get in my email.
Yeah, I get those.
You're like, all right, bro.
You work.
Yeah,
you've
I
seen
get
them.
those.
You've seen them.
Still.
You've seen them. Yeah, that's funny. Good old Port City.
Do I have anything?
Do you have anything else?
No, I ain't got it.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I'm clean.
Nah, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Shit.
appreciate you, bro.
Sorry for crashing your party.
Nah,
I just hope
you
they
more
can-
than welcome.
It was good
Anytime.
combos, bro.
You know that.
I think so,
He
though.
crashed.
Good combo.
He knew he was coming on camera talking about he crashed.
Nah, just there's some interesting stuff you guys brought up.
Yeah, nah.
I ain't want to be behind the camera laughing at it and people like, what the hell he saying?
What does he look like?
Well, I'm glad you came in front of the camera. I ain't seen you in a minute. And
He
one of
told me y'all
the
was coming to do this.
one of the realest sneakerheads that I can vouch for my whole entire life. We known each other since we was like little ass kids, man. So
Next time we come, y'all gonna invite Ty?
You guys want to travel to Atlanta?
Travel to Atlanta?
That's what
That's the best? Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
I ain't mad at that as a potential.
We can probably get her here. We can get her here.
Yeah. I know
here-
she come every time she comes. She
No,
seems
see
to
what
come
I'm
to Boseman,
thinking
so.
is if logically can happen, no, you gotta just come when she just happened to be here.
Well,
You never know when it is.
That's what I'm about to say.
It's
You'll never
literally,
know.
I get a yo, Bo, you at the stove?
Nah, well, I guess now, yes, I can say that because since we now live in the same place, if I come home, I can bring her in. And I'm going to know. I have a 3-year-old. I have to have plans.
Plans, the itinerary.
I'm down to go to the A.
So,
Hey, somebody said they down to go.
he said,
to
I'm down to go to the.
Hey, take this podcast on the road.
Get you,
On the road, man.
good old, what you call her, Ty?
yeah.
What I say yesterday in the group?
That's like your best friend, so we only can call her what we know her.
Yeah,
I
well,
understand.
Yeah.
What,
I understand.
what do most people call her?
What do we call
Well, anybody that doesn't know her personally.
Ty.
Oh, yeah,
Well, no,
okay,
when you
okay.
said that, I had to make sure you said that. I was like, for me, it's Tam.
Yeah, that's all I
She now hates that. Only from Cherokee.
I can call her Coach.
Can't do that anymore.
Yeah. no.
Currently, no,
Currently,
she's
yeah.
not.
She chillin'.
But I feel like everybody who's been a coach,
Forever. a coach.
it's
Coach.
like, you know what I'm
Forever,
saying?
forever.
Even when you done graduated and all that,
Forever.
yo, Coach, you know, like,
Forever a coach. So my last thing, my question. You ran track?
yeah, usually,
NCAA?
yeah.
Okay. What did you do?
The 200,
200?
mostly.
Okay.
Then some relays, but the 200 open mostly.
Okay. And you two met working at
So
Foot Locker.
Foot Locker.
He was my manager. Yeah.
So I took Face's spot.
Right. I was trying to remember where I first ever saw you, but I didn't remember how.
It came very full circle. So one of the dudes that I ran track with was the RA of the dorm that Face is living in.
Okay.
So I went through him to get the
yes.
job through Face, and
Yes.
then, you know,
Yeah,
Shout
and
out
he
to
just been
Faze.
solid. And he was what? He was 18.
yeah.
He just been solid. First time I met him, not first time I met him, but one of the first things that kind of caused us to click, the Ferrari's 14, the yellow ones. I just wanted to get my discount,
Respect.
but I wasn't even tripping. I was like, dang, we had too many people that was getting them because it's only a limit. He was like, yo, nah, go ahead. I get mine. You know what I mean? I get mine from another store. I was like,
You
what?
came and got them from me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why would you do that? He was like, I don't know. And it's been my man ever since. Honest to God, it's been my man ever since.
That's my dog.
Nah, my boy be holding it down.
Yeah, he just a good
Even when
shot.
we was working at the same company, his store was getting more than mine. I was always coming to him.
Yeah.
Always looking out.
Sneaker world, man.
Yeah.
Connecting dots.
I ain't got no
Connect the
bad,
dots, man.
I ain't got
They
no
do, man.
bad things to say about Spence.
Chill, y'all.
Give him his flowers. Give him his
I'm
flowers.
not good at that.
First, I thought he was give you a fist bump, like, yo, I don't have nothing good to say about you, but this, I get it.
All right.
That's it.
So this was season 4, episode 1 of the Sanity Sneaker Podcast. This might be a 2-part episode, and this is going to be a
Fire.
lot to edit. So I don't know when this is going to come out, but today is March the 2nd. So I'll see y'all later.